Hello, Passamaquoddy. I hope all is well up there around New Hampshire. Temperatures staying pretty steady. I thought we were going to see 38 degrees again tonight, like we did last night. I did not fall asleep. I was watching someone else's live stream and I lost track of time. I looked down at the clock. I said, "Oh Lord, it's 32 minutes after." It's funny because last time I looked at the clock, it was about 16 after 9. I said, "Well, I got plenty of time. I can watch this live stream." Got caught up in the subject matter and forgot all about my live stream. Yeah. Open this door. It's hot in this room. Ooh. Yeah, I kind of figured you're going to get snow, Passamaquoddy, because I was watching the weather patterns yesterday, and the rain that we got, the storm went all the way up to Canada from Texas, and then it would turn to what looked like snow and ice up there. And I figured, yeah, that's going to filter right into the northeastern part of the states. And sure enough, it looks like it did. Yeah. I haven't bothered to cover anything because nothing's popped up out of the soil yet. I think the strawberries will be fine because they've been out all winter. Not tonight's. No, I was watching someone else's live stream, lost all track of time. But good evening, Homestead. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I did everything else except share the link out. Wow, Barry. Good job. Let's see here. Wow, I can't believe I did that. Hmm. We'll just wait for Facebook to load. 10 years later, Facebook, fake book. Ah, finally. Here we go. Oh. First thing, first thing I see when Facebook loaded up was Berna's smiling face on my feed. Oh, and Carrie Byron from Mythbusters. I can't see the chat at the moment. Let me just get these links shared out. Um, who's this? It doesn't say who it was. Continue reading. Jennifer Runyon. I don't reckon I know who that is. They passed away. Okay. Who's hot? Carrie Byron or Verna? Because I would say both of them are. Oh, yeah, yeah. I agree, Homestead. Passamaquoddy's done cooking for a day. I did. What did I do? I made chili dogs tonight, and I wish that the person who picked out the hot dog buns would have looked at the package and would have seen that half of the buns were deformed in some way, shape, or manner. So I ended up just making my hot dogs using bread because who wants to put their hot dogs in a bun that's deformed? Cornbread. Well, that was supposed to be today. I was supposed to make soup, beans, and cornbread, and I didn't get up in time because that's something that I let sit in a crock pot all day long cooking. I make the cornbread right when I'm ready to eat. But now I do work out. I hit the snooze bar. Slept in this morning. What did you bake, Passamaquoddy? Nice. Well, you've been busy. I have a package of mini mini bagels and about a twin pack of cream cheese to go on the bagels. I kind of wished I would have ordered um, um, either some pepperoni or salami to go on with that with the bagels, but I stuck to my budget. I didn't buy anything extra. I don't eat lunch. Very rarely do I eat lunch. I don't even eat breakfast most of the time. I certainly don't have an appetite when I get up in the morning. So I don't worry too much about breakfast. Every once in a great while, I'll eat maybe a breakfast, but it's not going to be nothing too elaborate. Yeah, bacon, lettuce, tomato sandwiches. Those sound so good right now. I'll wait and see if anyone else comes in before I get on the subject tonight. I don't mind having breakfast food for supper. I like doing that. Mm, yeah. Let's see. I see we have 4 people in here. Just 2 of you have spoke up. The other 2 are hiding. They're bashful. Oh, all right. Well, you're not hiding very well because if you say any more, I'm going to follow your voice and find you, Shawnee. Oh, yep. Oh, okay. Oh, one disappeared. I got bored and they left. Don't let the door hit you in the rear end on the way out. I saw. Yeah, that's what I bought. Well, yeah, these mini ones are softer, and I feel like you just get more for your money. For some reason, they give you more. But I watched some videos today. It's kind of sparked tonight's topic about food prices. And without getting into that subject before people start, I'll just wait till more people come in. But somebody, they were doing a reaction to someone's comment or someone's little short video on TikTok, whatever. And this person was saying, "Well, now I have to buy double the ingredients for an old recipe um, because of shrinkflation, and they weren't getting nearly as much for these recipes as they used to, and they're like, what am I supposed to do with these old recipes? And when it calls for a cup of this, a cup of that, I'm like, well, you either find a different recipe or you if you really have to make it, buy more ingredients. I know it's expensive. I understand that part. But this person was acting like it was like, well, now I can't make the recipe. Well, yeah, you can. You're probably going to have to buy more ingredients to make it. if you're in one of those cities where the prices are outrageous, but they just acted like that was it. I can't make this recipe anymore. Well, yes, you can. You still can't. Just, uh, I know, dude, they shrank the cups. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, okay, some of them were pretty legit. Like, they're weighing the meats, and the meat would say it was like 4 pounds. They weighed the meat at home, and it was like 2 pounds, and they paid price for. But the price would have been for 6 pounds. So the prices increased, but the amount has decreased. So they're like blaming the store for it. That you can't blame the store, you have to blame the manufacturer. And Aldi doesn't make their stuff. Someone else makes Aldi's brands, and Aldi is just given a product that doesn't have a name on it, and they're allowed to stick their name on it. So it's a no-name product until Aldi puts their name on it. So you can't necessarily blame Aldi. Hey, Gear, what's up? Uh, yeah. See, what I'm thinking, we might as well get into the subject now because this could take a good part of an hour. Um, I totally get the whole budget thing. I totally understand that. Okay. But I also think that not every part of the United States is seeing the same increase in the cost of groceries. Okay. I honestly believe that there are some communities or some cities are seeing a very sharp increase in food prices where there's other parts of America who are not. And perhaps it all goes down to population and how well corporate can strike deals. Now, if they can strike deals and save a few dollars, then I don't think that the customer is going to see quite as much of an increase. But you've got other places where they will. They'll see like double or triple the cost of what it used to be. Let's just say, for instance, what it used to cost 6 months ago. So I think it's a lot of it's got to do with your local economy. It's just speculation. I'm no expert. Certainly there is some shrinkage going on. I saw somebody show a king size Hershey bar, and yeah, I remember when those things were huge, and I'd get them for my kids, and they thought wow, this is a huge candy bar. Of course, it was gone within the hour, wasn't it? But um, now they're the size of a regular size Hershey bar. So yeah, there's some shrinkflation out there, and maybe buy less garbage. Buy less garbage. Don't don't buy as much sweets. Um, so far, I've been doing pretty well as far as my grocery budget goes. It's been fairly decent. I've cut out the treats because I realized if I want a little extra, to stop buying the treats. And I'm never gonna lose this belly if I don't if I just keep eating little Debbie's or candy or something useless like that, I'll never get rid of this belly. Yeah, I know. I mean, we might as well laugh at it because it's going to be in our face for a while. Yeah, I know, but I've just, me personally, I've decided just to steer clear of the junk food. Excuse me. Yeah, when something has to be transported a long ways, you got to figure in the cost of fuel and the cost to pay that man or woman who drives that truck, the people who drive the forklift to load that stuff into the truck, the people that handle logistics. And logistics is like, okay, the cranberry sauce can be found at aisle A1 in the warehouse 32B. That's logistics. That's what tells the people where to go to get the materials, and be sure to get those pallets get loaded into a truck. So you're paying for those people. Of course, the percentage goes to management, and another percentage goes towards corporate. You could say corporate's probably getting a pretty good penny out of it all. So it goes without saying that the corporate side is making a killing. Oh no. Frost got your flowers. Not cool. I haven't really like okay, so occasionally I'll buy a twin pack of spam. I'll put it back. If things get tough, I'll eat that with soup beans or whatever. Um, there for a little short while, just like a month or so, a twin pack of classic spam was 20 something dollars, and I thought that's got to be an error. And if you saw the thumbnail for tonight's live, you can see that it was only like $7.47 for uh, two spams, and it's like four something for one can of spam. It's always been that much for two cans. I've been buying it for about $7 something for, gosh, I don't know, 3 or 4 years now. So that's nothing new. But I think that one day I was going to order it and put it back, in the pantry. And he wanted $20 for a twin pack of spam. I said, y'all could keep that. I think it was an error, or it was one of their vendors. Because most of my shopping is either Amazon or Walmart. It's usually Walmart, and they you got to check when you click on that product's link. It'll take you to that product page. Look over the bottom right, about midway to on the page, and it will say sold and shipped by Walmart. That's when you're going to see the price change. If it's by a vendor, the vendor can decide how much they want to sell it for. So that might have been what happened to me, and I knew $20 was ridiculous for a double pack of spam. Hello there, South Florida tropics, sunshine, tropicals, some flowers, Florida woman. I don't know. They're not very rowdy tonight. They're behaving themselves for some reason. I don't know what's wrong. They're not even acting up tonight, girl. Sold, sold and shipped on Walmart. Well, okay. Well, yeah, I know you're a woman. That's very clear. I wouldn't call a man my sister. What's going on, Shawnee? Man, how you doing,
Uh,
man?
hel hello, Barry man. Um, I
What's
had
up,
points to
bro?
say. Hey, buddy. Yeah, no, I was gonna make a point about something you said, but I didn't write it down, and it's gone.
Duh.
So, just gonna sit here.
What
I'm gonna
did
look
I
for
say?
something that I wanted to bring up about this conversation, but I need to find it first.
Oh,
'Cause yeah,
well, I wish I knew what I said so I could jog your memory.
it was like, you know, you were talking about the price of food changing in different locations at a different time, depending on if it's a high population area or if it's close to anything. Um,
They're distribution centers, and yeah, just I mean, there's so much that works
here,
in
this is.
that figures into that cost.
Now there's a lot of things changing with that. So I'm going to put a video link in the chat here in a minute, and it's something that Carol showed me, so she gets the credit for it. It says we had 400 people shop for groceries. What we found will shock you. And it's about techflation. It's about using your phone to do an online order. And they were given all the same things on the list, same brand, same store, and every single one of them came up with a different total at the end because it used their consumer data of what they've stored online with they when they track people. So how much do they make? How much assets do they have? How much do they normally spend or buy? And it adjusted the price for each of them. So what we're seeing now is a switch not only with that. Let's say you go to the store to avoid that. They're trying to change price tags to be digital instead of the sticker so then they can change it every 2 minutes. And if you think you can get away with it maybe by just paying cash, because then there's no tracking. There's no, we
Right.
don't know who you are. I don't know. There's there's Walmart's switching. I've heard. I don't have the data right now. They're switching to delivery only. You can't go in the store. Have you heard that?
Uh-uh. I mean,
Okay.
I heard it was going to happen, but that was like 2 years ago.
Mm.
And
So I don't
because
have the proof.
it didn't happen right away, so I figured, oh, somebody was just full of,
That's how I feel too, unless I see it.
right.
Hmm.
And it's been talked about. Yeah, it's even been in mainstream news, like TV news, that Walmart was playing with the idea of having a very, very small, like a very limited amount of employees, and the rest would be handled by shipping and delivery.
Oh, I think the point you brought up, Barry, was look at your list and reevaluate. Do you really need that thing on there, or is it just some shit you're addicted to?
Exactly.
You know? Because what are
Hmm.
the prices going to go up on? Look at what's been going on. Chips, pop, all that stuff costs way more than it used to because it's not necessary for survival of eating and stuff.
And there's a good point, and I was thinking that too. I was about to spit that out a minute. That yeah, there are places that get robbed a lot.
Okay.
Like Walmart's one of them, right? Now, like they're like, we're tired of
So there's
trying
that
to make.
video if you guys want to save it and watch it on the on your way to bedtime or something.
I saw one today, and I think it's propaganda. So
Oh,
people, y'all look it up and figure it out for yourself. They were saying that uh, that hot dog, the chili sauce give me heartburn. Um, they were saying that things that aren't good for you were being labeled as safe, and things that or no things that were good for you are being labeled as unsafe, and the stuff that is bad for you is going to be labeled good. Now, it is so easy to make AI stuff.
I know.
And if it's just a hand showing you a product that says safe on the top in big bold letters, and it's like candy, you and I both know that's not good for us.
Mm-mm.
I mean, it would be simple to do that because obviously AI doesn't have the ability to render people very well. And if you watch it long enough, you'll see where they effed up. You know.
So there's a lot of points to this going forward. You can get a notebook and you can write down 10 things. Usually that's a good number for humans. That you normally buy that are actually things you need and start tracking the prices. There's smart shopping, like looking for the deals that get you in the store, the loss. How do they phrase it? They lose money on them by putting them on sale, but it's to get you in the store to then impulse sell you things as you're in there.
Yeah,
Buy one, get one free stuff. A lot of it's produce. There's also the get rid of the store. If you can, have the time each month to go track down the local XYZ. Like I just bought maple syrup at the grocery store, not from a local maple syrup person, and it's $20 at the
mm,
store, and it would still be $20 from the person, but I'd be supporting a person. I don't know, you know?
right. I understand that, and I totally agree with that way of thinking. Like
The
Randall,
farmers boxes. Yeah, what's up?
like Randall. Yeah, we talked about this last night. Randall went to the Amish. He supported the Amish.
Yeah,
I mean, that's local.
it
That's about as
is.
local as you can get. I'd rather support them than I would a big corporation.
The other thing that I think maybe you didn't want to touch on, because I heard you say a sentence like the food prices, and we're not going to get too deep into it. The only point I want to make is because I'm not a farmer. I've been in agriculture, previous farming experience my entire life. So, what I know about plants is the things that we're eating now are from last year. So, if it's going to take more to grow and get the things that we're going to do this season, that means next year's canned and stored foods that you're going to sell you at the store are going to then be affected, because some people might be like, I haven't seen anything. Well, do you know how it works with food and growing food? It's next season's harvest that then will have the higher price, and then you won't even notice because it's so far from now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
Okay.
it's not like that woman who believed that they slaughtered cows in the back of Walmart.
Hmm. That's a
That
separate building.
what have farmers got to do with it? They make beef in the back of the store.
Okay.
You're like, yeah, okay, ma'am, sure.
Passamaquoddy says they have always liked up prices around food stamp day. If you wait a week or so to go grocery shopping, you will see a difference in prices. and that she needs to can more hamburger.
Yeah.
What was
Well,
tricky was the if you knew, because it goes by your last name here in my state on when your card got loaded. I'm not on the program right now, just to be honest with you people. I don't have this anymore. It was a very short time of having it. And I did both vouchers and then switched to a card. I was during that phase. I've done
yeah.
both sides. I have things to say about both of it, but that's not this
Well,
conversation.
you did WIC.
I
So
did
some
WIC
of it was
and I
WIC.
had SNAP at
Okay.
some point too, a
Yeah.
really short amount of time. And so what I would see is depending on your alphabet of the 2 dates of the month, all the stuff would be gone. That you can because if you've never been on the program before, it's a specific size ounce, it's a specific flavor, it's a specific brand. Unless you're in produce, then there are rules for that. But those things would be gone if you
Yeah.
went that day that the cards were loaded. And so there was strategy even with that.
And I get SNAP, but I'm not afraid to say it. I get $63 in food stamps.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah, it's gone.
You
Like
hear that,
it's gone.
everybody? $63
Yeah,
for the whole month.
yeah, yeah. So I get stuff that is a little bit more costly, which can be meat.
Meat is
Um,
costly.
yeah, but not like okay. It goes right back to local economy of what we were saying earlier.
Mhm.
Some places are going to see that ridiculous price for meat. Well, there's not so much, and Kentucky has had their fair share. I'll say that our Walmart has had some prices that were a little bit hard to wrap your head around as far as meat goes.
Mhm.
Again, it's supply demand. It's how easy can people how easy can the store get that meat? Well, this meat's doing really well. We're going to have to raise the price. Well, don't raise the price, dude, because you're going to sell more if you keep it at its current price. But uh, yeah, so what I get, I use for meat mostly because it's just outrageous. Everything else I could do just fine with cash. But
The days of the 99-cent chicken are very far and few between now.
yeah, it's probably a couple days out too. So you're probably taking your chances with the chicken.
Like, maybe the leg quarter bag might be
Yeah,
99 cents a pound.
yeah.
Maybe.
Um, what? Let me see. Was the last? So I, if you go in your Walmart day, you've got like under account, you've got purchase history.
You sure do.
So I'm going to go back. I'm going to look and
What are we
see
looking
what
up?
the chicken was.
Okay.
So I'm going to see what the chicken was because I tend to buy the bag of leg quarters because I could get several meals out of that bag. Like if you cut it up just right, like right there at the bend, you could get drumsticks for one meal and die for the rest.
Well, we all know that I would use the bones too for broth and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and I need to learn to do that because that probably would help me a lot too.
So it
Okay,
has more
so
nutrients.
I have seen. Oh, I'm not sharing. Let me share. Be because sharing is caring,
Mm. That's another rant I can go on.
right? You're more than welcome to rant here.
Chicken leg quarters, 10 pounds. Okay.
It's eight
That one.
72. I really don't think that's a bad price. I would like to see it lower, but
So,
um,
yeah, that's the same price for the ones I see right now, but mine say Tyson on them. They don't say Sager Creek.
yeah, I wish it said Tyson because at least they would all be the same size. Now, this particular order, whoever whoever was doing the shopping for me that day, oh my God, please look at the bag and see if the meat's got any meat on it.
Yeah, that's a really good
God, you
point.
look,
Like you said about the buns. Sorry.
huh? Go ahead.
Nothing. No, you go ahead.
The buns, the hot dog buns. Oh my God, dude. I could bring you the bag and show you here in a minute. It was really
Okay.
disappointing. Um, Yeah, I don't. Sager Creek seemed to be, they used to be another company.
I've never heard of them.
I haven't either. But 26, turn the scanner off. It's annoying. 26 servings per container. So I could get double that just by cutting, you know, the thigh off from the drumstick. And am I going to get more meat if it's whole? I certainly will. But I could get, if I'm smart enough, I could get several meals out of that bag of chicken.
Hmm.
That doesn't mean I'm going to eat that all week, which
Mm,
I have. I have, but
in the freezer.
that's why they make freezers.
There's
Um,
a
yeah.
Aldi. I'm just looking right now at prices for chicken for Aldi, and if you guys all, I'm sure everyone here knows when it's skin on, bone in, it's cheaper. So, like, they have a family pack of bone in, skin on chicken thighs for $1.55 a pound is the cheapest. It goes anywhere from $2.99 a pound to $3.59 a pound, depending on the type of chicken and how it's done. You're on
You're
stage.
not Carol. Who's this
No.
I
Blondie?
have to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
go ahead.
No,
Just not on camera.
it's funny that you're doing it on this because we just bought my son's almond butter, and I forgot. We were saying how we know the price went up, but I didn't check. I forgot to check the Walmart like purchases. So I'm glad you mentioned that. But hi, everybody in the side chat. Sorry.
So what brand of it?
It's just their brand, but
Great value.
yeah, they're. Let me see this. I'll show you which one we got because the others are just too expensive, and this is the same thing anyway.
Did you say?
It's actually Sam's Club. It's the Sam's Club brand. It's this one.
Oh,
We get creamy almond butter from Malachi.
butter.
Peanut
Okay.
butter tends to upset his stomach, so we get that. But where are I forget where the old purchases are. Oh, purchase history, view all. So then I can just type in almond butter and we can figure out if it's gone up. But yeah, it seemed like it went up quite a bit. Like I think it used to be 3 and change, and now it's close to, what was it? Hold on, I gotta go back because I didn't look at the price. Yeah, $4.98, and it's $4.98 for the Maranatha, which is 12 ounce. They're both 12 ounces, so it's as much as the name brand now.
Hmm.
Hold on, I don't know if it's going to show me.
Well, for Kentucky, it's showing.
Son of a bit, but biscuit.
It's showing Maranatha is $8.40 for 12 ounce.
Are you sure it's though from Walmart or is it from a different
I'm on the
seller?
Walmart website.
Oh my gosh, why is it double up near you?
I don't know. Again,
Oh, you know what? They gave it to me as a substitute, so maybe they gave me a better rate because it was a sub for their brand.
Yeah.
But I just noticed they erased my stuff. I'm only going back to, it says I'm all caught up, and it only goes back to October this year. I mean, this past year.
Yeah, mine reset. I can go back to January of this year.
What the heck? I didn't do that. How that?
No.
What?
Walmart did that.
Yeah, they're concealing stuff. Yeah, that's not cool. Hold on, let me see if I at least bought it. Exactly. They don't want us knowing how much they're putting stuff up. That's
but
crazy.
You already know in your heart of hearts that you didn't pay that much in the past.
Correct. And we do try and buy extra because that's a main thing of his diet is those sandwiches with the almond butter. Yeah, it's all gone. That's crazy. That's just crazy. Well, the point I was going to make, it's like it's missing a bunch of my orders. That actually was the 23rd, but it doesn't have the almond butter. That's crazy. Hold on. Let me do it by, just let it roll. Cancel what I was looking at. By date, maybe? Maybe by date. Okay, yeah, let's go back to 2024, just even 2024. Okay, it's bringing up everything now. That's what it was. It was because
Oh,
I searched for almond butter and
also you can go back.
it. hmm
Oh, okay. Because
Yeah,
mine,
it might have been you had a search on for a specific thing that it shut you out of your other years.
I see it says all by date returns and store status. Okay. I'm
Yeah,
on the website, so
okay. But I'm
I'm
still
saving
not.
my vision here.
I know I made a bunch of those purchases for that almond butter and I'm not seeing it. That makes no sense at all. Because it's a, you know what, maybe I need to switch to in-store. Sorry guys, while we're sitting here searching for our past prices, but you
No,
know, something you might want to do. Yeah, go through your app and see
hi,
if
Janet
you.
Potter.
Hey Janet. I'm
Welcome back, Shawnee.
so tired. Welcome back.
You're welcome.
Crap.
I forgot the sign language for you're welcome, but you're welcome.
I don't remember it
This
either.
is what, thank you, I
Yeah,
think. Right? Thank you.
I know some sign language, so
Well, if you know somebody's giving me hell on the road, this is my you're welcome.
I know what your sign language is, sis.
That's only for people that are really being
Yeah,
mean on the road. No, I don't do
well,
it
the
that often.
Dibbler
I don't want to get
language.
shot. I don't do it that often. That was just for you, Barry, because you think I'm always flicking everybody off down here.
No, I don't. I know who you flip off.
Hey, Randall,
The
I never
Dibbler.
look at that. I never noticed that you've got your Shawnee's got her drapes there, and you've got your drapes on the same side. I never
His are
noticed that.
green.
Yeah, his are green, but I mean, it's just
Oh
I
my
never noticed
God, they look just like mine.
it looks
I
similar,
didn't
but
do
not
it.
just like I.
It wasn't me. Just for the record, this is a
I
house
just now
That was
present.
a
noticed it.
happy accident.
Before I get the
You
house, this
know,
is
it's
the new house.
weird, and I don't, and it's very
I'm
discomforting.
not changing it.
It's because
Well,
Well, Carol,
I had mine before you, so you
Yes.
won't have to do.
yes,
I mean, you
I
won't have to
like
do.
Well,
Carol's vine she's got going behind her there.
because I'm
That's
in the
pretty
jungle
cool.
down here, jungle of
Yeah.
Florida.
So
How
well, it
you
fits
doing, Randall?
the environment.
Oh, thanks.
Better than
We're trying to find past the same thing that we bought before in our Walmart histories going back. Like one product even that you've purchased recently and then going back and looking through your history on the app to see if it's higher and by how much. I think they know we're doing this, and so
okay.
they're hiding my almond butter.
It's been a couple years since you sent it to me, Carol. But how much was what was it, a gallon of olive oil?
Oh, the Costco one? Yeah, I don't even remember. That was Costco though. That wasn't Walmart. Costco was
Okay.
supposedly had the best
But
prices for it, and it
I
was
was gonna
real.
say because Amazon and Walmart both had that brand,
Oh,
and
did they?
it
Okay.
was ridiculous. I was like, wow,
Yeah, it
cheaper
was
to buy.
Costco.
I didn't want to buy an off brand because I had tried the one, since you sent me that one had a better flavor than a lot of them did.
Because it was a one. It was taken from one place.
Kirkland, wasn't it?
It was what?
Was it Kirkland?
Yeah, I think it was the Kirkland one. It was
Yeah,
definitely Costco. I think it might have
it
been
was.
Kirkland.
It was a light flavor. It wasn't like overwhelming, which is my biggest problem with olive oils. Is some tend to have like overwhelming
Or strong
flavor.
flavors. Real olive oil should sting it should be a little peppery and should sting the back of your throat.
Yeah.
Because
How you doing, Dibbler?
I'm dibbling right along.
Yeah.
I'm dibbling right along. If I had enough of them, if I had enough of them dibblers, I could probably wouldn't have to worry about being hungry. I could just get you 8 or 10 of them, stick them on one of them barbecue thing. You know, they're gonna make a what they call it. You put all that meat and stuff on a stick.
A shish
I'll get it.
kebab.
Shish
Yeah,
kebab or skewer.
whatever that name is. But yeah, yeah, I'll take that word for
So
three.
let's see. Pass McGuire says he used to buy 6 cans of chicory coffee for $32 on Amazon. It is now $44.95.
Wow.
Almost cheaper if you were able to. And I know your situation, Pass McGuire, but if you were able to cultivate it or grow it yourself, might be a little bit cheaper, but then you still have to process it. I mean,
Yeah, the processing is a bear. And you have to have a lot of coffee plants, and it's a tropical plant.
well, chicory grows crazy here.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. It might as well be our state flower, but however, goldenrod is our state flower.
Mm.
It grows here.
Is it chicory only Passamaquoddy, or it's a chicory mix, chicory coffee mix? 'Cause I know sometimes they cut it, and people like that. Like was that the 5 o'clock brand or something?
I
Chicory?
actually, she told me a brand a few years ago, and I actually bought some off Amazon.
Hmm. I can't do chicory.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like
Yeah.
that.
Can I be
The after.
sarcastic? Do I get a sarcastic flag? Surprise, surprise, Carol. No, just kidding. Okay, so I
We all
really
have
want to
our safe
buy.
food, Johnny. We all have our safe food.
I want to buy. It's dandelion chicory.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah
She's
blah
on
blah
a roll
blah.
tonight, isn't she?
And so I want to try it. And now I kind of want to know. Passamaquoddy. I'm
It's
looking
a
at
chicory
Delight
mix.
Teas. Delight Teas is the company. Do we trust them?
I've
Uh,
never heard of them.
Shawnee must have took her
She
I
had
didn't
some
take nothing.
caffeine tonight.
sarcastic
I
pills
am
tonight.
withdrawing from my mushroom coffee because I can't afford it.
Oh,
I'm not. I can't
yeah.
afford that again, but I miss it very much.
Uh-oh.
Mm.
You took your sarcastic pill, didn't you?
Cardamom, dandelion root, carob, and chicory.
That sounds like it's like it was a tea that I had bought. I
Okay.
can't remember the brand though. And I ended up
French
tossing
market.
it.
Okay, I think I saw that one.
Okay, the French market. Okay.
Let me look.
Because Passamaquoddy didn't 5 o'clock or something like that. The brand make a chicory coffee. It also too can be the coffee and not necessarily chicory. Like I don't know.
Man,
Some
there's so
coffees.
many companies that make this now. Jeez.
Yeah. Well, because there are certain groups that aren't allowed to have coffee, but they want that. Like Postum is one that they'll use. They want that coffee-like experience in the morning.
Oh, this French market chicory has coffee in it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Is it a mix? And I figured
I'm trying to do not
no coffee, coffee free.
Oh
Then
my
there Postum is one, but it's not. I don't think they have an organic.
Well, I'm gonna try this one, I guess. I'll let you know.
I don't know what about you, Shawnee.
I know.
I had a Publix sub today, and it was like almost
Let's give up.
$12.
A
I
sub?
think. Yeah, I know I'm not supposed to eat subs, but I had a sub.
I'm shocked. You ate a sub. What?
I ate a two, like a boar's head Italian sub loaded with like all the veggies and everything, like I used to get. So we'll see how that goes. If I'm like unavailable tomorrow, you'll know it didn't go well. The price of ice cream the price of ice cream hasn't gone up because it's no longer ice cream, Janet. If you look at a lot of they just shrunk it. It's less that you're getting, and it's not. A lot of them aren't ice cream anymore.
It's not even a dairy product.
Exactly.
It's called.
They're using fillers and gums.
Yeah, it's called a frozen dessert now.
Yeah, frozen dessert. That's it.
Who else reads ingredient lists for all the things?
I try to, but then I end up with like the one time I forget and I get home and I'm like, dang it.
The other day, Mark got bamboozled by packaging. The front of it makes it look so healthy and better for you. And it's a
Right.
licorice. So, I mean, how healthy can we be? And I say, read the back to me after he's already home. And it
Right.
was exactly the things I said we don't buy for candy.
Yeah.
There's better choices for candy, and yes, they cost more, and it's not something we can buy if we don't
Right.
have eggs, milk, or bread first, right? And
Right.
he's like, "Oh," I'm like, "Yeah, I've taught you better than this." Like,
Yeah, that's how I felt when I saw Skittles in my husband's
there's
bag.
Skittles in my house right now, and I talked to him very sternly about we buy Giggles, not Skittles.
Yeah, Skittles are some.
Oh my lord, that's a
They
dictatorship if
should
I ever
be
heard one.
banned from our country.
They should be. Skittles are just really toxic, Randall. They're really
Yes.
bad.
Well, there's
You
no.
can't ship them overseas. They won't take Skittles with all the crap that's in them.
Uh,
Janet
You
double checks the ice cream to make sure it's not frozen
okay?
dessert. Good job, Janet.
Check the ingredients though too to make sure they're not filling them with guar gum and all that other crap.
So I found out that Azure, which I still haven't done, sells a cream cheese that doesn't have gums and fillers in it,
Ooh,
and that makes me more interested in maybe jumping into that.
yeah.
I haven't though.
I need more room to do Azure. I don't have enough room yet.
Oh, because you want to buy like 50 pounds of stuff?
Hmm.
Because you don't have to.
No, I just like that whole idea of bulk and those big old jars that I showed you that I have, the big old ones like that look like fall canning.
Oh yeah, they
Celeste.
have pint and a half jars that are really cute that Azure
Mm.
makes that are supposedly good.
Mm. Yeah, I need a whole new
But I need to just
room.
move first, and then I can
Yes,
do that.
you and me both. That's
Yeah.
we were talking about moving, but it's like where to go right now too, with all the prices being weird.
Mhm.
And if you look at Florida, they have so many houses on the market, like so many. Part of it is because so many people moved here that now a lot of the Floridians want to move away. Or at least move up the state. It's like the South is moving further up north in the state of Florida.
A conversation that came up today was someone that works with like ATVs and boats, and
Mhm.
maybe they sell cars or sell homes and like stuff that costs a lot of money. And nobody's buying any of that right now. You
Right.
know,
No,
it
yeah.
no longer you can no longer use your tax refund to go do that. It's
Right.
$30,000 minimum for these things.
Yeah. 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 Everybody has that money. And now too with the gas prices. I mean, back in the day it was like when I dated somebody with a boat, one of the things that he did that was smart was he was like, what can I do to make money with my boating outing? So one of the things he would do is during lobster season, he ended up getting like a small commercial license so he could rake in enough money selling lobster that it would kind of cover his boating and everything. And then some, but
And then sometimes you think you can go and have a side hustle and make money. Like I looked up if I could sell seeds.
oh, okay.
I'd have to apply for a permit. The
Mhm.
permit is a minimum of $75.
Okay.
And it's like, okay, but if I'm selling a seed packet for $1, I'd have to sell 75 seed packets before I even made $1 if I had to
Is
do
that
a permit.
yearly or is just a one time?
Yes,
I
every year.
figured it was year. Yeah.
So now I don't want to do that.
No. Wonder if there's a way around that.
I'd have to give them away. That's the only way.
Starts. No, starts. Starts are a way around that. What is their thing on starts?
I did not go further because I was upset.
I don't blame you.
Like, I've
Don't
looked
blame
into
you.
cottage license. I understand that. That's for when you're making a good.
Hmm.
But no, I didn't look up plant starts because after the seeds thing, I was like, I quit.
Yeah, I need a break. Oh, I wanted to show you guys this. For those of you who take Tums, I want you to get off those things they have very toxic ingredients.
Mhm.
There is this one antacid, if you have to use one, called Wonderbelly that we found. That is a substitute for Tums, and it doesn't have the aluminum in it. That's the problem with Tums. And aluminum has been linked to a lot of neurological disorders as we age. So something to think about if you can afford it to switch over. Because I just know some people are like, their jobs, they're stressed out. There's a lot of stress right now, and some people will pump the Tums, those fruity ones, and you don't want to do that.
Well, they think they got indigestion, but they could be having heart problems.
Yeah.
If they're taking a lot of Tums.
Oh, okay. That's scary.
I know a lot of people that thought they were having indigestion problems and was popping Tums like it was going out of style like candy, and come to find out they had a heart attack. And during that time, they'd already had one or two small.
Whoa. So was it congestive heart failure? Like, were they feeling like
they was having angina attacks, and it wound up going into serious heart problem.
Oh my
And
gosh.
they just thought it was indigestion, just take popping antacids, maybe not Tums, but they were popping antacids like it was candy, and and they couldn't figure out why it wasn't going away. Well, that's they found out why they wasn't having indigestion, because heart attack will act just like an indigestion, like you got indigestion.
Men and women have two different, how you say it, symptoms. You guys, we have a little bit different when we're having one. But yeah, nausea is definitely, and not feeling quite right. And yeah, Gear, I miss those days too. The 2000 tax return, and you can buy a good used vehicle. And we would always go to the people in the church too who had who were older and did garage kept vehicles.
So I thought it was interesting that you brought up the Tums thing. Two reasons. Oh, I might have just lost one of them. See, this memory thing. I miss my mushroom coffee. The one was because, I remember it now. The one was because we are out of we don't do Tums. We haven't done Tums in 3 years because we've found what to do.
Right.
And I'm not going to get into that. But the second thing was I lost it again.
You can do
men.
Go ahead.
Men. It is so funny because how much stress do I have?
Right.
It's up to here, right? But I don't get no weird stomach stuff. But Mark, stress eats him inside his stomach. It's awful. And it's like, that's a man thing. I don't have that.
I found out highly racist.
I would agree with that, except for women
highly racist.
Yeah, I would agree with that, except for
I'm
women.
very offended by that, Shawnee.
You can just
of course you
take
are.
it and shove it. I don't care.
Women who suffer.
But how much of that does he keep to himself?
It's like, do men even have cortisol levels? Because I sure have high ones.
Yeah, me too. I think it manifests differently, but yeah, women who have fibromyalgia or IBS, they have that too. It sets off the nervous system, which sets off that. So women do get it, but not as much as men. I know what you're saying. The heartburn and stuff, men tend to get a lot of that when they're stressed out. That sounds really interesting, Janet. I didn't even know about that. Thank you for letting me know. I don't do 75 though.
Okay.
Oh, in case you're heading out. Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate that. Hannah's thing is, I think, later into May than that. And we are now just missing, I think it's 3 or 4 packages from USPS.
Oh, not 6.
Yeah. So that was great. I mean, I actually touched my postman's arm when he delivered my prescription.
Oh.
I was so happy. I was like, oh, thank you. And I was like, oh, I touched you. I'm sorry. Pardon me for breaking that wall. Oh, okay. I'll check it out. Well, I know that Theron can take ashwagandha. I can't take it, but that is supposed to be helpful. L-theanine is supposed to be helpful. If you're doing supplements, But just also getting your sleep if you can, taking your magnesium and getting to bed, which we're not doing right
Sleep.
now. Yeah.
Whatever.
Hydration.
Yeah. Oh, that's the one. Okay, yeah. That was it. Yep, I saw that one past McClaughty. In the honey. And Hannah. Oh my gosh, I called you Hannah, Shawnee. Shawnee has that
I call you
whole.
my daughter's name too. Isn't that weird?
Oh my goodness. And Shawnee has all those honey ferments too. So I wonder if any of those. Do you remember if any of them? I think you did like one that was ginger.
I could do that exact recipe.
Yeah.
I have everything to do that. Yep.
I don't even know what to think of this, Randall. These two women don't even know what their kids look like. They should call anybody.
I keep
about
messing
it.
up
Oh my
the names.
gosh.
I do the same thing with my brothers. If I'm around my brothers, I start calling my kids' names, my brothers' names, and it gets all mixed up.
Yeah. Yep. It's bad when I call Malachi Daisy or Daisy Malachi. That's a bad day when
The
I'm
pets
having.
crossover. I've done that. The other day I took my kids to it's a truck stop. That's all I'm gonna say. And I go, "Hey Mark, come here." And I'm like, I mean my oldest son's name. It's not Mark wasn't with us.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But he's the mini him.
I remember when Theron and I were first married and he called me the ex's name and I was like, you ever do that again? You will not have a tongue if
Just
you ever
a muscle
do that.
memory.
Yes, muscle memory. I was like, I wasn't even, and I was like, interesting. Okay. And I called him my ex's name. I was like, okay.
He almost crapped himself.
What? Very?
I bet he almost crapped himself.
Yeah, I think he did. He got the look. Especially since, I was a
like
teacher.
the head swerve and everything.
Yeah.
No.
What? Yeah, the head nod, swerve.
I've never done that. Ever.
Hand on. No, you're good job.
He keeps his exes straight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I almost called Zorro Shadow. I haven't had Shadow since I moved. Oh yeah. Oh, believe me, with like all the flower names and stuff with us. Yeah. Rosie, Daisy. Yeah. Dora was our first. So yeah, I understand.
What time I drive, I never use the rear view mirror because I've already been there. So I don't call any women by my ex's names because I like living.
Yeah, it's a good thing to live. The chicken neck. Yep.
Oh, of course, Robert has a name for it.
Yeah. I think it's called that anyway.
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah, I was saying, like, we went to the beach today. There was a big barge out in our water. The sand. Oh, and big piping. I don't know if that's part of it. Lots of construction going on. And
Data center.
the sand was gross. What?
Data center.
Yeah, I hope not. Well, it's in the very rich area, so I would think that they would. No, they would fight it. They would definitely not be having one there because these are people who live right on the beach. So I'm thinking it is new sewage they're doing, sewage pipes, but also at the same time doing the dredging because we don't have beaches. Like our beaches are washing away because they're messing with the weather. And things are getting weird.
Florida's next. once your sand is gone.
Yeah, we're gonna start being like, what is it? Italy, like Sicily? I forget what is it? No, that's not Sicily.
Be living on canals.
Yeah, what was the floating city? I can't remember the name of it. Somebody in the chat say it.
Venice.
Venice, yes, Venice that doesn't have like sidewalks anymore. They do gondolas.
They're very narrow.
Yeah.
And if you stop to think what used to flow on those, they weren't sidewalks. They were sewage at one point.
That's gross.
Yeah.
Well, all
very
streets.
primitive plumbing.
Yeah, all streets were kind of
they used to toss out the window if they weren't rich enough to have it where it plumbed out into the water.
Yeah.
They would just toss it out the window and heaven help you if you're the person that happens to be leaving your building at that time.
Yeah. That was too. New York City was like that. Like all the cities were like that. That and the horse poo going down the center. The streets were like disgusting. So gross. And then the women were wearing all those long skirts back then. I'm like, eh. No wonder why people were so sick and violently ill.
Well, that's why the women always lifted their skirt a bit when they walked.
They what?
They would lift their skirt, not lifting their skirt to show their goods, but lifting their skirt up to keep it from dragging.
Exactly. Oh, gross. Gross. So anyway, we should get back to I mean, I think at the end of our grocery bill, we're definitely all seeing that it's much higher. We're getting much less. That was the first hint, was I was going home with less bags for the money that I spent. Like, what? That was $50? Like a bag and a half of goods.
Well, and soap, like laundry soap, hand soap, dish soap. I think I need to track soap prices, and then, we all say we need to make our own, but
I do need to get away from the toxic soap, but then that jumps up the price too.
You still have to buy something.
Yeah. True. I'm just gonna use the pig fat and make my own stuff.
The sun.
The sun.
It's like right now, if I were to line dry at the garden property, there's 9 loads of turkey poop sitting, blowing right at
nice.
everything.
Wonderful.
So that your clothes would smell like that if you line dried them right now.
Very fragrant.
It's terrible.
Yeah. Pig poop.
I've tried to film a video 2 days in a row. Tomorrow I'm going to try again.
Oh my gosh.
It's hot and humid.
Are they on the property?
It's on the organic side.
Okay.
Across the road.
I've never.
Today the people on the side we share, the renters were tilling, so then it was dust from the field, and then I couldn't film.
Oh,
yesterday it was too windy and I couldn't breathe. Today I couldn't breathe and I couldn't see. So we're gonna try tomorrow. I need to do the tour for April still.
Yeah, I'm not doing monthly tours, obviously, but
When you got April's done, we had a tour from Carol.
Yeah, that was like all over the place. That was the
views.
Chicken with her head cut off tour. But I went out today to sow some seeds just to see if they'll come up because of the cool weather seeds. I didn't film the whole thing, but I did film the snake that scared the crap out of me. It was sunning itself on a paver that I left out underneath my my faucet, and we kind of scared each other. It was funny because it kind of jumped, but it stayed there. And then I start filming it and I'm talking about it. And I'm like, I just don't want it to go into my screened-in patio because it's like facing that way. And sure enough, it's like, oh my gosh, somebody's filming me. And it starts jumping and going that way towards it. I'm like, no. So I had to stop. I stopped filming and ran and stuck one of my trees right in its way, like to scare it. And it ran all the way back. And guess where its hiding place is? Right where I have the water catchment for like the barrel. I'm like, oh, nice. I've got snakes in there. Yay. Hopefully she's not a female because then I'll have a lot of snakes in there.
Somebody showed they must live somewhere where their AC runs a lot and it had all the condensation. Like it had a little puddle and there's a bunch of frogs living there.
Oh,
AC puddle.
It's not a bad idea.
I don't know where it was though.
Probably Florida. I have that. We have a paver underneath it, and then we just clean it off just to see, because you can see what's coming out, like if you're getting gook or whatever. But that's actually not a bad idea. Make a little froggy pond there. Kind of like that. Except we'll get bofu toads or the cane toads. Probably that will show up. I'll take your snakes. You can have my... What's an Eastern lover? I have to look that up. Yeah, it was just a black racer, Jana. I didn't mind it. It just startled me because I didn't know it was there, and I didn't you see it in your peripheral, and you always are hoping it's not a moccasin.
We talked about this yesterday. It's
Oh, I know what the eastern leopard is. Sorry, Barry. Go ahead.
yeah, it's a grasshopper.
Yeah, it's a big grasshopper. I just remembered before I got it. I think
I like talking about dibblers better though.
I was in the middle of watching your replay and I was really into it, and then I heard from Barry and I was like, "Oh, I'm late to Barry's live." I was in your replay.
boy, that's about as good an excuse as I've ever heard.
Gooder.
I know. It's Kentucky.
My Lord, that's about as good an excuse.
Gooder. Okay, there's for those of you who also are like, what? What's that? Okay, it's fine.
It looks massive. What?
They are massive. They're very pretty though. Like they're a pretty grasshopper, but they're huge. Oh wow,
you shouldn't touch it.
Yeah, and everybody's holding it in their hands. Like what the frick?
You might want to start eating those.
Yeah,
that is a bite. Yeah,
probably get roundworm or something that's in their bellies.
Oh.
Yeah, I've heard that with certain bugs that you can get worms that carry worms. Also save your small piece of soap. Water in the bottom. Yeah, that's a good way to recycle it into another bar.
Oh, look out.
Dun, dun, dun.
I see you.
Barry, you're going to have to police your channel a little bit. You let everybody slipping in and up here.
We gave you a warning.
Where's the warning? There's nothing anywhere.
There's no warning. We didn't get one.
Somebody gave a warning. I think Barry did. He gently warned y'all.
I didn't get the memo.
Y'all talking stuff.
Yeah.
It's like I want to talk stuff, but I don't want to talk too much stuff.
Right. Where's the line?
Over here, y'all. All right. And as usual, a lot of my issues come from women. And tonight,
because you want to be one. That's what it is. You want to be
I
one.
thought you were going to talk about spam.
Wow.
Damn, Carol, that's just harsh.
That come out no word in it.
I don't know if I want to be part of this.
Quit.
So I just said that to throw you way off. You're welcome.
She pulled that trigger pretty quick.
It could be the AI talking.
Yeah.
He just had Blonde installed.
I think it is.
My mouth would change though. The like inside of your mouth
that's what
changes
they call
when you
deep
go
fake.
AI.
It's a deep fake.
Yeah.
Deep fake.
Deep
Wait,
fake.
I messed up my own joke. That's how blondes get AIs when they go to a different color. I'm sorry. See, I'm terrible tonight.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I got problems. It's Passamaquoddy.
Clearly.
Oh, I thought it was passive aggressive, but okay, Passamaquoddy we're going with.
Carol, there's something. Is there a chill pill that you need to gnaw on just a minute? Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
If you can't take it pill form, drink it, mix it up in some water and drink it.
Yeah, I do have some blue butterfly pea here.
Well, there you go. Drink a glass of it.
Kind of 40 milligram gummy or something you need.
40 milligram, I would be dead.
Hey, Passamaquoddy, she as she's doing, she's over there cooking from scratch and cooking wonderful things, right?
Right.
And she's made this delicious looking bread. I don't know how to make delicious looking bread, but I do know how to make sketchy looking cornbread. Okay. And so that's all I can do.
It is sketchy looking. I can vouch for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Don't you start too. Was it because I didn't pass out flowers and roses?
It comes from
because your flowers were apparently tainted and frost.
So anyhow, I'm over here preparing to make my cornbread. I got everything set, and I go for the milk, y'all. I got like a half a gallon of milk, and it's going bad. So it's going bad. So I'm making that first loaf is with some sketchy milk, and it looks like I'm gonna try it too. I may be making 2 or 3 loaves of cornbread tonight.
Did you want to sprinkle the top with charcoal like that, or was that like a choice?
After it bakes, that's what it looks like. In them skillets.
How much milk does one recipe take?
Yeah.
Only 1 1/3.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I ain't got much. I don't want to waste it, and we're talking about, not wasting food and making the
True.
most of things, right? So
Right.
I'm
we
just
experiment.
assuming you can't see the screen.
Oh, I can see it, and that's a beautiful thing right there. That is beautiful.
Well, I mean, you could make your bechamel sauce that goes in pasta or potatoes with the rest of the milk, but I'm guessing you don't know what that is.
He doesn't like cream sauces or
No
mayonnaise.
cream sauces. Okay.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I think maybe I started this estrogen hate fest on me. I think
What a part
I'm
my
not-
sentence made. Hey, I was making a
was-
suggestion as a friend, bro.
Yeah. She's trying to help
I'm
you
glad
out.
it's you and not me they're on to.
You're next, Randall.
Oh, well, I can't wait.
I think that's cool that you're trying to use up your milk instead of dumping it on the lawn.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could. There's cool stuff you can do with bad milk out, and especially buttermilk out there in the garden. But
Right.
This is the first time I've ever knowingly made cornbread with sketchy cornbread with sketchy milk. We're gonna see. Let me take a look in here. It don't look too bad right now.
It's not chunky yet, right?
Like it did.
It's like Chunky Junior, right? It's like starting to chunk. So
Like
we
use it as a face mask.
I can't
Face
use it as
peel.
Play-Doh yet. Okay. It's just starting. It's just so I said I wasn't going to experiment tonight after my last cornbread experiment went right into spoon feeding only. That was a mess. But this is a forced experiment, so I'm testing out some bad milk. I wanted to know anyhow. I ain't making cream cheese. Oh,
Or cottage, yeah.
I
Cottage.
didn't catch it. Is the cornbread yummy that was made with the sketchy milk?
That's what I'm going to find out. I will let y'all know. This is loaded up with cayenne and black pepper, so it'll kill off anything bad for me, I hope.
If you bake sketchy milk in something and it gets to 265 degrees, you've killed anything that's going to hurt you.
Okay.
Just spray
So
on
baking
your
is the
tomatoes.
right way.
I don't want making cottage cheese in my belly because I don't like cottage cheese.
I don't,
Yeah, I don't like it either. That's disgusting stuff. Whoever thought cheese.
So the milk is mostly milk. It's not anywhere near cottage cheese level right now. And I shook it up real good. It's going to be okay. We're testing the limits here is what we're doing.
Well, when you got to make biscuits then.
Yeah, you can make biscuits. Yum.
What about that too?
Could you make biscuits?
Oh, I can. Yeah.
You can make a biscuit skillet. You don't even have to shape it. Just throw it all in there and make
I guess I don't know if you want to eat biscuits.
Biscuits
my body is made out of like at least 60% biscuits.
Biscuit? Okay. All right.
Yeah. But I don't know. I may just make cornbread and just eat a bunch of pinto beans of cornbread this week.
Okay.
I was trying to add some variety, but I get it if you're going to go with the tried and true. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, milk ain't that expensive yet, so I don't want to mess up that many dishes making biscuits tonight.
Is that a bowl?
It's the dibbler.
Oh, that's the dibbler. Oh. I didn't know they were like called dibblers. So
That's hilarious. I think it's in Australia.
Yeah. It looks kind of like our bowls a little bit, but they're really small. But they do a lot of damage.
Do you have any chicken or fish, Robert?
Chicken or fish? In a can.
Buttermilk.
Oh, in a can. Okay.
Yeah.
It was saying to use it as a marinade on chicken and fish with herbs, the milk, and then
Yeah.
cooking
Full
it.
milk.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, that's what they do when they fry chicken. They'll stick it in buttermilk first sometimes, and
Yeah, see, that's always the thing. It's like what is buttermilk is spoiled milk somehow, but spoiled milk is not the same as buttermilk. You know.
right. But you can make buttermilk, or at least buttermilk substitute with vinegar and milk. A little bit of vinegar and milk.
Intentionally making it bad. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah, lemon
So
juice.
choosing or
I
lemon
think I'm good
juice.
over it.
Yeah.
It does work.
It might have a twang to it. We're gonna see, but I doubt it. You know.
Mm. Can make buttermilk pancakes too.
That's what I'm
Just long
curious
as
about is the flavor. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I think it'll be okay. It's not too far. You don't want this in your cereal. You
No,
don't want to drink a glass of this, okay?
no.
But
just
mixed in with some cornmeal and cayenne pepper and a little butter.
Can make buttermilk biscuits and then use some of get an orange and use some orange rind in it to get rid of some of that funkiness.
Mm.
but make sure just in case that you have one of the two numbers, either 911 or the Poison Control Center in speed dial, because you never know.
I'm gonna tell them. I say, hey, get me to the hospital and go arrest Passamaquoddy for making me hungry and having to make something. Hey, get her. That woman could make a chef hungry. Tell you that right there. Oh Lord. Anyhow, don't y'all want to talk?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Sure.
y'all go back to talking. I'm gonna hush for a minute.
I'm afraid
Okay.
to say anything.
Randall, how was church today?
I'm afraid to say anything.
You started your
don't.
mowing
I
for the
don't answer questions.
cemetery or no?
I do not answer questions.
Hmm. Barry, how's your strawberry plant?
He don't either.
It's doing great, actually.
All right.
Awesome.
If I could keep it from looking like it's wilting on me, the sun is just where we've had hot days, and now we're like in the cold weather, back in the cold weather again. I don't know what's up with that.
Mm.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, we were below freezing, and it's going to be 80 on Wednesday.
Yeah.
What do you think? I got this little vest on tonight.
It's cold there tonight.
A little chilly.
It's below freezing here right now.
I thought maybe it was howdy doody time.
That's good for you. I'm glad you.
Howdy doody,
Howdy
John.
That vest. Howdy doody vest.
I can show you how my strawberries are doing.
Show and tell time.
Cool. Hey Mo, by the way. Hey Mo.
I can show you what the hostas are doing. Hold on.
Wow, look at that strawberry go.
Yeah, you can't. Well, if I zoom in, you could probably see that there's even more in the back.
Janet did such a good job of hybridizing those for your area, or assimilating them to the area, however the words go.
She did. And
hybridizing.
Hybridizing.
There's more at the other place. I just have to get a day where I feel like climbing that hill and go up here and get the rest. But those sat out all winter, like
amazing.
And then when the spring hit, they just poof and took off.
Look good. I just lost a runner in my green stalk. One of the runners.
I'll show you the hostas and why I need to move some of them.
Okay.
Did you see the strawberry cups they make now on the green stock?
Yeah.
What are they going to
come? So cute. Bedazzling it. We're gonna come up with like glitter stickers and stuff that have the name
so
of.
that was one clump at some point.
Whoa. Wow. I love that kind of hosta too. I love the variegated ones. They're so pretty.
Somewhere back here, I don't know. Can you see my pointer?
Yeah.
So somewhere back there, it has slipped between these two these pieces of wood, and it's grown on the other side.
Oh, through it? Wild.
So I'm going to probably cut it in 3 pieces and find some place to move them. That's just one of them.
You should
Like-
put them all in front of your house, like so it's got like a nice little kind of design area, or use them as a buffer zone so the deer eat those instead of your food.
Let me see. Here's
Animals.
So when I moved them, Barry, I just made sure to get as much of the clump, and you can kind of dip it in a bucket of water and then plant it if you want to rehydrate it.
Yeah.
I would love to have some of those. They're so neat.
Mine are sleeping
really-
still.
They look really cool when they're starting to poke up out of the dirt. They're like spears, red
Yep.
spears.
What the heck?
Yeah, that's the part where people eat them.
Yeah.
Or it's called blanching, where you put a pot over it so they stretch up, get leggy, and then harvest them.
I one day I'm going to get brave enough to try it.
I haven't. I'm not brave enough yet. The gal I watched did a quick, let's see, it was a quick like boil on them, and then I think she pan-seared them, and it was short, wasn't long. And then she ate them.
There it is. I'm sorry, I'm flipping back and forth between StreamYard and YouTube, and it's like sometimes my comment is there, and then it's not, and then it arrived again. Weird. Okay. That was the same thing with Janet. I could see her on StreamYard side, but couldn't see her at first on YouTube side when I first clicked over.
My Kentucky Wonder is that second hosta I showed you.
Mm-hmm.
The Kentucky Wonder sitting next to it that just sprouted.
Oh.
And I put it there because it's got something to kind of grow up against, trellis up.
I put pinto beans in today next to the trellis for where the peas are going to die off. Just to see what they'll do. Might not do much. Might get burnt up too. Who knows? Oh! Yeah! Who's that?
Rat. Don't leave me alone.
Oh. Well, I'm going to call it because I got to get up and take Hannah to work. And I'm getting tired.
Well, it was good to see you.
It was good to be here.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be in here. I'm not gonna be in here very much longer myself. I got an early morning.
I'm gonna probably leave now. Otherwise, I'll get stuck here because I have a problem saying I'm leaving, and I have to do a lot of things tomorrow. But I'll be in the chat too. So
okay. Well, good night, everybody.
Everybody just.
Sorry, Barry.
I'm glad you got to see me.
Yeah, I'm glad you get to see Randall, the diddler.
Well, boy, I say I'm gonna leave, and boy, they start dropping like flies, don't they?
Oh, well, you just party pooper, aren't you?
That's rude.
What happened in here? I leave, and then y'all let the women leave. What?
I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on with the women tonight.
I think it's just the estrogen levels plumb out reach.
Hey,
one of those. Having lived as a bachelor for now going on 4 years, I've just learned not to question the things that women do. Just it's a real easy way to save your sanity.
Y'all saw how they were treating me.
I seen it. I thought it was very hurtful. Yeah, I seen where it was going. They wasn't letting up.
No, they were. I mean, y'all saw it. I mean, I just come in being nice to everybody, and all of a sudden I'm in the midst of a bunch of anger.
Yeah,
where'd that come from?
And Shawnee's so-called sarcasm. Yeah, I thought that was hurtful.
Yeah, I don't understand.
And Carol, she complaining she's exhausted, but yeah. Whatever.
Yeah.
Now the men can talk about what they want to talk about now.
That's right.
Yeah, we can talk about anything now, so there ain't no limitations.
Well, and I'm busy. Oh, All right, cornbread. The first batch is looking good, y'all. The first
Yeah.
batch looks good. Yeah.
Well, now I'm looking forward to mine tomorrow. I'm going to make it a point to get up, start the beans in the crock pot, and
Janet said she's still in there. Okay.
well, I appreciate you hanging with us, even though we were put on in the hot seat.
Well, y'all were. I wasn't. I was being good.
Well,
I was trying to be
It's
quiet.
only a matter of time, Randall. Only a matter of time.
Yeah, I'm glad they left when they did, because I was about to use my super sarcasm, but they left.
Toxic masculinity coming in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. You wouldn't even know what toxic masculinity was, Carl. And big long words there, you know, I can't spell them, and I don't know what they mean.
Yeah, good night, Carol and Shawnee and probably that one hiding in the bushes, whoever they might be.
Yeah, there's always somebody in there.
There's always somebody listening. That's what they said on the CB. There's always somebody listening.
Yeah, there's always, yeah.
I turned mine on today, and all I heard was buzz.
Maybe they were offended by my avatar, my dibbler and avatar. Maybe that's what run them off. They couldn't stand to look at it. If I'd have known that, I'd have put it up there a long time ago. Yeah, we know what gets them going now.
Well, my radio's quiet as could be now, but all day it was just like a arc welder.
I ain't even turned mine on today.
Ain't nobody on.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ain't nobody on there.
Yeah.
Well, I got my cornbread at a pretty level of tan, not the burnt look, but I like it burnt. Okay, what a lot of people I like it when it's got some burnt on it, right? That's what I like.
I appreciate it, Janet, that you're not going to comment on the dibbler, because that, you know, I don't know where that would go, but
Johnny wants to pet your dibbler avatar.
I saw that and I left it laying there.
I'm not going to pick it up, because that's just a trap waiting to happen.
Yeah, low hanging fruit. There's no sport in that. It's all for us.
You're going to do better than that, Janet.
Well,
I was going to say something else. Totally forgot.
Well, I'm going to not even touch it. I just now seen that, what Shawnee wrote. I'm not even going to touch it.
Shots fired.
Get out of.
I bet you she comes back up here just to make a comment.
Probably maybe to soften something that she said that was inappropriate or something, you know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Shawnee would be saying stuff, you know, and then go back and, oh, I didn't mean to do that. Wait, that's me. Sorry.
Hey, Randall.
Yes.
Do you suppose I can get by with charging Donnie rent?
I don't know. I don't know how that would work.
I mean, some places let you sublet. You know, sublet is when you rent a place that you're renting.
I don't know.
If he's going to put this shed in my yard and I should be able to charge him rent, then I won't even just pay him. I'll say, well, saying is you parked this ugly shed in my front yard and everybody can see the freaking thing. I'm not going to pay you rent because you owe me rent.
I don't know how that worked out very.
No, it's probably not going to work out very well, but
no. I mean, the concept is,
son,
I'm decent, you know.
Yeah. Robert, the man has parked this big ugly metal shed in my front yard. I mean, come on.
I
Well,
told you what to do. Go out and start throwing stuff in it.
Already stuff in there wouldn't make any difference.
Well, yeah, cram more in there. Cram old trash bags and take your trash out there and throw it inside there and everything.
Why don't
I
take a
like the
crowd?
thought.
You know, that's what I do.
I like the thought of negotiating for, even maybe a half off your rent or something like that. But if the negotiations don't go well, he's got the upper hand, right?
He'd like to think he does. I know so much on that man. I could get him in so much trouble.
Yeah. Now the older
Randy
you get, the less
too.
it really affects people. It's like, all right, go ahead. But
Yeah, I've got more leverage being a renter, but but like I said, Randall knows just as much as I do, probably more. But
there was a thing. I done took my cornbread out, but this second sketchy experimental batch of cornbread, I am going to do a little experiment here extra with it. And we have garlic, we're going to have Italian garlic cornbread. And we'll see how that works out. Be like garlic bread, but cornbread.
sounds good, actually.
Yeah, I'm going to put some butter on there in a little bit. And we got a problem. I got enough of skillets over here to feed an army food out of, but I've only got one that's ready to go. So we cool in the first pone of cornbread, and we're going to dump it out, hopefully in one piece. Probably not. May have to work on it. And then we're going to use that for this next year batch. We'll make 2 batches. See what happens.
Watch as he rolls over that post that has bolts sticking out of the side of it. His helper couldn't be bothered to move it.
Oh wow!
I've never seen.
Just put it right there if you don't care. Just dump it right there.
He's
Right
going
there.
Do? Is he staging it there for something, or is he gonna?
Yeah.
Start using it.
It's supposed to be staging and moving it later.
Yeah.
Makes no sense, but whatever.
All right, let's do this flip. Y'all hold your breath for me.
You should have just backed it up there and just unloaded it one time and been done with it.
Well, yeah, but that would have made sense.
Yeah, that would be the common sense thing to do. That way you don't have to worry about it. But now you got to move it again. And this time you might tear it all to pieces when he tries to drag it up there.
Well, he can't drag it He can't drag it on this side of the house because he'll go right into the damn septic lines that are sticking up halfway out of the damn yard. So he's got to go around the long way up the driveway.
Yeah, that's the only place you can go anyway, is up that driveway with it. But anyway, that's just my deal. I don't know. Everybody got their own. Yeah, it's whatever.
Well, the flip did not go well.
Uh-oh.
I have a destroyed first loaf of cornbread.
Oh, damn. I guess you're going to have to eat it now.
I'm going to have to. Hey, I broke it. I'm going to have to buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all right. There's the second one that has messed up. It just, it's all right. It's all right. So I ate that whole last batch of real crumble cornbread with a spoon.
No, Shawnee, you can't flip cornbread in an iron skillet like that.
Well, you're supposed to be able to flip them out. You can, just turn it upside down and the
Oh,
cornbread.
yeah. It
But
falls out. Yeah.
this one is not. This one is not seasoned. So that was foolish on my part. I should have just put a quick wash on one of these others and used that one and let this cool in situ.
Yeah.
With the in its own skillet and just use another skillet. But no, I'm Mr. Experimenter over here, you know. So I'm learning, right?
Well, that's how you learn. You got to try it, and what works, and.
Yeah. What don't work, you keep doing until somebody stops you and makes you think, right?
That's
Oh
usually a woman, though.
man, I know this is just boring stuff over here I'm doing, and but yeah, it's fun stuff. I think. Good.
Well, yeah. I mean, you got to entertain yourself somehow,
Yeah.
even if it's not right.
Yeah. I hope that Goofy Hillbilly might be entertaining to other people, but we'll see. Sometimes sometimes he is, sometimes he ain't. Y'all see this corn? Y'all see what I've got over here, and you'll get a laugh at least. How about that?
Oh, did you see that? She said, Mark brought home a piece of cast iron after thrifting the other day.
Oh, that's awesome. Send me a picture of it, and I'd love to see what he brought home. That's awesome. That's awesome. I do that myself a lot.
Have a pile of cat.
3 of them.
Let's see.
You know, mind you, that computer's not very big in the first place, but they're all piled up on it.
Don't like the way this looks. I should have mixed this batch, but I already had it pre-mixed, and it started separating out a little bit. I should have mixed it up before I poured this second batch up. So we learning,
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
There'll never be a woman to let me cook for them ever. that watches me cook.
I would say that because, I mean, there's some out there would rather have the man do some cooking and give them a break. So, you do earn brownie points that way.
I'm learning. You learn a lot more by failure than you do by success.
Yeah.
People don't realize that.
Remember that, Shawnee.
Well, by that saying, I ought to be one smartest man in the dang universe.
The Wright brothers crashed a lot of aircraft before the FAA ever came around. So
that's right. That was back in the day too, man. That was like the 70s and 80s.
Made out of bicycle parts and practically paper wings,
Yeah. Oh man, let me hit the camera on here real quick. I'm gonna try not to violate.
Yeah.
That's my poor pitiful first one. If
oh
I
my
had
God,
waited,
it exploded.
If I had where's my hand? If I had waited, this is God, I hate this camera stuff.
It looks like there's meat mixed with your cornbread. Wow, it just exploded on me.
And then that is what the next one's gonna look like. That's my garlic cornbread. There we go. Got the safety on. Get back in there.
Cats.
Good. Yeah, taste test on this for anybody that was watching earlier and wondering whether you can use some slightly bad milk to make cornbread with. Yes, you can, and it tastes very good.
Well, check in with us in about an hour just to be sure that your stomach isn't rioting against you.
I hear you.
Or worse. Or worse. You might have to crack some windows.
I'm over here making them questionable sounds. This is so good. Oh man. Oh,
These sounds are not what you think they are, folks.
that's right.
This is a man enjoying his cornbread. Get your mind out of the gutter.
I'm gonna tell you what, it's so good they ought to call it. Well, I don't want to say that. The other word would be. See, that's how good this is. Man, I'm lucky to be an actor in this.
Oh, you were going to say better than sex. That's what you were going to say?
Well, you know the word.
Yeah.
It's trying to kill me right now, though. Oh my God. That's probably the Lord telling me to hush.
Probably.
Get this cornbread and this cayenne cornbread down the wrong way. You know about it. Man, I hate that. I just hate that. But it's good. That's what I was wondering about, really. Maybe a big old crock pot full of pinto beans. And throw down on this. Oh man. Yeah, here's what y'all talking about earlier that I wanted to get in and just say a little bit, and I did in the chat, and I don't want to say too much. These last few years, right, and I'm saying about 10 years, but especially when 2019 hit, right, things visibly started going south for most people. And we started seeing some of the things that they were talking about on the horizon. And what I'm saying is we got a trend that's formed. There's been enough years now to where these last few years it's been a trend. And it's like the joke of the new year coming in, the old year sitting there talking, the old year saying, man, y'all see what I did? I messed them folks up. And then baby new year comes in and said, yeah, hold my beer. Let me show you something. Each year we're being offered stronger and stronger challenges. And, seem like worse and worse news and situations coming. So folks really do need to, you need to get in your crash positions, right? Because it's a trend forming. So do whatever you can with urgency. Okay. Normal ain't never come back.
Oh no.
Only change comes back. It just keeps coming back. More change, right?
No, there's no more of this. This is the new normal. That drove me crazy. People would say that, and I'm like, no, it's not called the new normal. We're past that already.
Yeah, that's a buzzword sent to put into our brains and heads and us talk about it and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh
So
boy.
accept it. I don't know. I don't accept it. I'm like that dude on Mythbusters. I take your reality and replace it with mine. It's not his exact words, but I take your reality and substitute it with mine.
Yeah. Now here's another good quote, right? That's from Sarah Connor. There's no fate but what we make for ourselves, right?
Yeah.
And this time, man, it is so much the time for people to put into action whatever plans that they have to save money now, to be ready for the future in any way. It's past time to do that, because the way the trend is going, next year will be worse in so many ways. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Um, if you don't like the way this year is, wait till next year, right? Now I'm praying it's better, but
I don't think it will be.
no, sir, I don't think it will be either. I think this is just we're just in practice each year right now while we're going through this transitionatory time of the economy, which is what it is, from what it was to what it shall be. You know, a little modern day reconstruction period.
Yeah.
You know, people just need to be ready. And I'm gonna tell you what, I ain't. I've got a lot of things ready. I've got a lot of things in my life that are good and what I need and prepared. And then there's some things I just can't be. And Lord knows I wish it was about 30 years ago, you know.
Yeah.
But it ain't, you know. But so I'm learning how to make my own cornbread and biscuits, you know. And it's so good. I've been learning how to drive past that restaurant a lot, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's not even real food to begin with.
That's right.
I mean, it's just they're very gay little Jesus they gave him. Yeah, I don't know there, Robert. I tell you, people need to start doing things with a mindset of, okay, I need to plant a garden. I need to practice on planting a garden without using all this amenities,
Stone Age man planted a garden.
you
They didn't
know,
have all the stuff we had.
they plant, raising plants from seeds without this store-bought soil. What people used to do was go back in the woods and find some good rich dirt in the woods. That's what to use.
That's right.
And little things like that, common sense things, get used to doing it, like you said, now.
That's right. Yep.
If you didn't have the gas for your tiller, how would you till your little garden spot? Would you use a grubbing hoe and get out there and just practice a little bit? You don't have to do the whole thing with a grubbing hoe, but just get yourself in the mindset of I need to do this.
That's right. Well, here's a perfect example. Y'all were speaking earlier about, and maybe it wasn't all just on this live stream. I've been another one, but the subject come up of what are you doing to make up the difference of the prices of groceries, and like I said, the shrinkflation. It's all the same. Everything's costing more. It's just a smoke and mirrors game of how they are doing it.
Oh, yeah.
So if that's what we're talking about now, this year, right? What about next year when what Shawnee is talking about, how the food that you're eating now is the food that was grown a year ago? So
I don't doubt that one bit.
there's the heads up for next year about what food's going to cost. And not only that, everything else, because it's about everything is about the status of the United States petrodollar being no more the reserve currency, and the global shakeup that comes from this event happening. Right?
Yeah.
That's what all of this is. It is the Great Reset, which this would be the first time that I believe that they have ever come out and started talking about the Great Reset like it's a little buzzword, right? And you know, it's oof, we in trouble, we in trouble. But
yeah, people's never been. They've been in control of people for hundreds of years. We just ain't got brains enough to realize it.
yes, sir, you're absolutely right. Hundreds of years.
If you go back and read some of the documents and some of their own documents, it plainly tells that even the Constitution, the Declaration of the Independence, plainly tells in there, if you start reading it, reading between the lines, it plainly says it's, you know, that. And, they asked Benjamin Franklin when the Declaration of Independence was signed, they asked him, do we have a republic? He says, yeah, if you can keep it. And that was a word. I was a word speak then. If you can keep it.
That's exactly right. And this second batch of cornbread, oh my God, it's got my place smelling so good. All right, here's what I put in there. Besides the starting to go bad milk, right? It you know, it's just being naughty. It's naughty milk. It ain't bad yet. It's naughty. Okay. So we got the naughty milk in there, and we got what I put in there? Italian seasoning. I put in there some garlic pepper, and then I put some minced garlic in there, and some black pepper. I didn't put any cayenne in this batch, and then I sprinkled the top of it with more Italian seasonings. And you can smell that stuff. Oh my God!
But the neighbors do too.
If I wasn't committed to being a bachelor, knowing how good I cook, I'd marry myself right now. I would, but I'm committed. Oh, it's
Huh.
about halfway done with that one. That's a comedic interruption there. Just had to brag on myself.
I don't know. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a whole lot of people that's not even started to prepare.
Mm-hmm.
And it's scary. You know.
And it ain't possible.
There's a lot of and there's a lot of people that just do not have a clue what to do.
No, it ain't possible for everybody to prepare. I mean,
no, it's not in a way.
It's the same level, you know.
No, everybody's going to be different levels of preparedness, and I'm not even. I got a few things, but I mean, if you know, depend, you know, I mean, you know, it's. I can hunt and whatever, you know, but I got plenty of food right now. But how long is that going to last? You know, all this stuff, you know, you got to be able to grow your own food and keep it where nobody knows you're growing your own food. You got to think about all that. You know, it's not being selfish. That's being, you know, prudent. You don't want somebody raiding your garden, or you're going to have to sit out there and watch it 24 hours a day.
That's right.
And you don't want to advertise what you got, because as soon as you do, guess what's going to happen? You're going to be the first person they come to.
I better hush about my cornbread then.
Well, you've already done let the cat out of the bag, or Robert. It's too late. They're going to be coming after that Cajun cornbread. They're going to be coming after it. Where's that cornbread? I smell cornbread. Mmm.
I like what Shawnee is. Shawnee now, that girl there, she got a good comment right down there, and that's making my head run in some great directions, especially the ones that she clearly laid out there. There's things I want to do. Learn to make ancient grain breads. That's awesome. Email the egg lady and get on the delivery list. Excellent. And then email the food pantry to see what I can grow for them. All local solutions. Getting back to the days of
raise your own chickens.
That's right. Trading back and forth.
Yeah, you can always trade stuff. That's just the way it is. I mean,
Barter.
Barter.
Oh, goodness. You okay? Yeah. You okay, Kitty? Well, that sucked. You were asleep too.
What happened to him?
Well, they both got on this little shelf up there. One was laying on top of the other. And the one on the bottom moved and he just hit the floor.
Huh.
He was asleep, like he would,
It woke him up, didn't it? Oh God.
All right. You okay, buddy?
Oh, my back.
See, it is true that they do land on all fours. It's uncanny.
It don't break. It just sloshes.
Yeah.
It's amazing to me how some channels get mysteriously taken off midstream because of certain things they talk about. And a prime example is Doomsday Queen. She had, she was the other night, she was up to 3 or 4 different new live streams, because every time she would say a little something, mysteriously we would all get the buffer thing and she was gone.
She triggered the algorithm. What happened?
The last thing that she said was, she said, now I'm going to pretend I'm the government. And then she started to do a little, sarcastic skit, and bam, she got kicked a third or fourth time that night. They, you can't tell me that people aren't being targeted for what they do.
Well, the algorithm is what they say. If she triggered that word, and that's what done it.
I mean, she knows she's on their radar. She knows that. And
there's plenty of examples. There's been plenty of channels that, have been shut down.
Yeah. And
there's some that's still going, right?
Yeah.
There's some, I don't know. I mean, I don't talk too much. I mean, if I could get away with it, there'd be so many things that I would say, right?
Yeah.
But I like to stay pretty generic, Oh Lord, I'm sitting over this. I'm sitting over here on this pile of cornbread like a deer, eating over a baked pile of corn. It's terrible. Or a hog, one of the two. Probably the hog.
see, I could almost see myself going there right in the middle of this live stream and making that cornbread tonight. But the only downside to that is I may not be able to control myself, and I wouldn't have any for my soup beans tomorrow.
Well, it's about that discipline, right?
Yeah.
The only reason I'm doing this, I'm just eating with wild abandon because I got milk going bad, right? Yeah. It looks like I got like 2. Well, see, Passamaquoddy made me hungry. And I'm like, dang, I got to make some cornbread. And it's like, dang it, the milk's bad. Well, we done got the hunger now. We making it. We testing it. So that's working out pretty good. And I ain't got much left to have to throw away. I don't think I'm gonna make 3 batches of cornbread, because I will tell you men something. There is a limit to how much cornbread a human being should eat at one time. Because once you go over that limit, it causes some gastrointestinal issues that may become disturbing for you. And that's all I will say. Besides, don't dare cough or sneeze or anything. You might be in some big trouble.
Hey, don't Dutch oven yourself. That's
don't what? Don't Dutch oven yourself. No, don't Dutch oven anybody, because it might turn out to be just a big bowl of soup. Yeah. Yeah, it's looking good. Oh. What else? What else we need to talk about besides me sitting over here stuffing my face and flapping my gum with cornbread? How can I eat and talk so much?
I don't know. I never actually questioned that.
You've known me a while, though. You gave up thinking about it.
No, I know, but see, why spoil the mystery? The next time you're up on my live, you might have some other cool thing that you've come across that. See, I can't know everything about you, even though I've known you for 6 years now?
Something like that. 6, 7.
Close to that. So, I mean,
I'm hurt that you don't know the exact time, as if our first meeting was meaningless to you. That's fine, though.
Very, very bad at remembering history like that, but I could tell you stuff that happened back in 1800s.
I can too, but I was there.
Well, I mean, I can understand you and knowing what happened then.
Yeah.
You're right on the verge of getting deep in here, and I don't have my waders.
I know it's pretty deep.
I sent you something a couple of days ago, or a few days. I sent you a bunch of stuff. You had to start doing better at checking your stuff that I sent you. And you ain't got to show this, but there's a sign that I saw on the side of the road at Lookout Mountain, right by, real close to Rock City, Tennessee. And I was like, I want to go there and adopt a cat.
Huh.
Huh. Hey, you ain't got to show that on the screen. That's up to you. But it's just, I drove past it, and then I said, no, I got to back up and take that picture and share that with Barry. And me and him going to go adopt a cat, right?
Yeah.
No.
You need a cat. I think I'm good until the end of the world.
Yeah.
Is it in the llamas thing or?
Directly to you.
Oh, okay. What in the hell is on my Facebook? Oh my God, is that Hillary Clinton? Oh, it's Millennia. That's that Millennia crap. I'll believe everything you see. I don't care what they did. It's none of my business. I'm sure she was a doorknob at some point. Everybody had a turn. So.
Huh.
Buy my fishing license and start fishing.
Sorry, Mr. President. I don't mean any disrespect, but
He ain't hurting it.
oh, yeah. Well, probably haven't knocked the bottom out yet, but
No. Yep. He's pretty safe on that one.
Naughty Cat Cafe in Chattanooga, Tennessee is a cat cafe that serves as a large foster home for adoptable cats from local shelters, offering a relaxing environment for visitors to interact with them. Visitors pay an hourly fee, which includes a drink. Oh, a drink, eh? Okay. You get to play and socialize with cats, and all adoption fees go directly to partner shelters. Cafe requires advance booking and has an age limit of 11 plus, and it's a serious adoption process for those looking to adopt. I certainly have enough here that I could start an adoption agency.
Yeah. Yeah, that was, I mean, that reminded me, it's like, it bothered me. It's like I could sue them for false advertising almost, except they're not. I was ready to go adopt a cat, or at least go pet one, because you
gotta fork that money out, and then you can go pet them.
That's right.
Yeah, Janet, we talking about doorknob. That's what we talking about. Well, Barry was.
Yeah. Oh, now I have got a big gallon Ziploc bag full of falling apart cornbread. This would be a great time to make cornbread dressing, right?
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Yeah. It's already pre-crumbled.
Shoot, yeah, man.
Oh, there's got to be some kind of hillbilly shortcut. Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, I'm thinking.
Oh, Lord.
I thought I smelled smoke.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, it hurts. It hurts to think. Nobody told me that before.
Especially when you're not used to it.
Exactly right.
Like a sharp pain hits you right in your temple.
It does.
See, hearing sounds. Yeah.
Now, tell a blog joke.
While you're contemplating that, I have to get rid of some, so I'll be right back.
All right.
Check the plumbing for leaks, as John would say.
There you go. That's the way to do it. You got to stay on top of them leaks.
Yeah, because sometimes them leaks if you don't stay on top of the leaks, sometimes they get more of a leak. Overflow.
Whatever you got, I'm about to cough my head off over here.
I'm over cough. I'm already doing it.
Man. Well,
allergies killing me. Oh,
this second batch is done.
Huh.
It looks so good. It looks so good. I ain't never seen cornbread like that. And I ain't smelt cornbread like that. Yeah.
I ain't had a good. Well, I better shut up. By cornbread. I almost took my foot in my mouth and said, but I better not.
Oh. You're not a, what is that old joke? You're not a tied rope, you're afraid not.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'll say it in a sarcastic manner. I haven't had really good cornbread in years. That's what I'm gonna go with and stay and keep it that way.
There you go. It's about what you say, but it's also how you say it. You know.
Yeah, you gotta be careful, and
That's
you
right.
know, you gotta be careful. You gotta leave yourself an exit.
That's right.
You know.
Consider the exits.
Yeah, always. Especially when you're around women, you gotta always have an exit strategy.
I was thinking it, but I wasn't going to say it.
Mm-hmm. I'll say it. Might as well. I done stuck my foot in my mouth anyway.
You don't have to worry about it. They forget everything.
Oh yeah, by this time tomorrow, they won't even know what you was talking about.
That's right. They ain't going to bring nothing up from yesterday or 10 years from now.
You know,
It's just gone. It's water under the bridge, and they don't think about it no more.
you got Janet Parter and Pasquale and Shawnee and Carol. They you could say stuff right now that tomorrow. What did we talk about last night? Something like that.
That's right. They don't keep score.
Yeah, they need to start writing things down, or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Work on their memory so that they could remember things and then bring them back up 20, 30 years later. That'd be cool, but they won't. They don't do that. They're not built that way.
Yeah, then they think they know what sarcasm is, but I don't think they got a good grasp of it too much. They're trying, but they're
being of pure light and love wouldn't have any need for that, Randall.
No.
Yeah.
We leftover cornbread for coating your chicken.
I'm liking that.
Yeah, it would be good for a meatloaf. I can see where it would be good. I think I have ate it like that in the meatloaf before.
You know what? What I sat there thinking when the light went off.
What?
I may take it today is not as appealing as it used to be, but some Campbell's chicken noodle soup.
Mm-hmm.
Get a bunch of cornbread, put it in a. See, I'm fixing to give away something.
You're gonna make some kind of type of a casserole.
Yeah. Put that, crumble up a bunch of cornbread and soup, chicken noodle soup, mix that all together, make it good and firm, and then pop that back in the oven and let that cook.
Yeah.
Oh, that might be pretty good.
You might be on something there.
It's definitely going to be carbolicious. Mm-hmm.
I bet them women never thought about nothing like that. They'd be like, what are we gonna do with this leftover cornbread? These two cans of chicken noodle soup.
That's right.
I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you, I saw something yesterday that I don't know if it makes me a redneck or a hillbilly, but it had some appeal to it. Somebody took bologna and sliced it up real thin, like hash browns, and they were telling about pulled bologna barbecue. Like, it looked good.
Come off of it, Shawnee. You prove it. Prove it. Minnesota's where casseroles are born at. Oh Lord, guy has something to brag about.
She is from Casserole, Minnesota.
Yeah, that's the first I've heard about that, but I'll take your word on it.
Is Barry back from the break yet?
Yeah, I think he is. He's clicking on comments.
I'll give a look on the.
Look at that, Barry. Look at that, Barry.
Look at that! Wow.
Yeah, I didn't get the skillet turned in the oven so that it's evenly browned, but I think that looks pretty good. And I'm gonna tell you what, I wish y'all could smell it. Oh, it smells so good. That smells good. I'm gonna let it cool off a little bit and get a little piece of that. I done tested the other batch. So
I wonder how many times your neighbors have stepped out on the porch and said, "Boy, where is that good smell coming from?"
It'd be drifted across the valley, you know, 20 miles away. I smell cornbread.
Mm-hmm. And that's that garlic Italian garlic cornbread, whatever you want to call it, like that.
Now I'd say that right there would be pretty good.
We're gonna give it a try. Get some butter in there.
Be also even good, better than pinto beans.
Mm-hmm.
You put that in crumble it up in pinto beans. Oh my Lord! Nobody can stand to be around you for a week. But I tell you what, you wouldn't be hungry.
You serve that up with some fish.
Yeah, it'd be like a young war going off, explosions and everything.
There's some people like it with their spaghetti, right?
I've seen people crumble it up in the spaghetti. Yeah.
Yeah, this would be pretty good sitting there with your spaghetti.
Like breadsticks, you know, it's the same thing. I'd say.
Exactly.
You know, I bet they didn't make that in Minnesota.
Yeah, they ain't make this nowhere.
Yeah. I'm glad Shawnee's still in there because I'd never know that Minnesota was first on casseroles. Next time I'm playing one of those games, you know, trivia games, and that question comes up, you know, it'd probably be the only one question that will win me $1 million.
Yeah, where were casseroles invented?
Yeah, I'll say Minnesota. And then they'll say wrong. That'd be my luck. Yeah.
And the survey said
Tennessee. Tennessee or someplace like that.
Y'all remember back in the day, man, we were from the decade where game shows were pop culture, you know? Gosh.
Oh, look, here she goes. Here she goes backing up now. Casseroles originated in Europe.
Mm.
Well, I'll believe that. Whammy.
No whammies, no whammies, no whammies.
What's that supposed to mean, Johnny? I mean, I'm having a hard time understanding that while you're in chat.
I still got enough. I still got enough to make. I'm gonna put this back. Maybe I'll make slightly naughtier biscuits tomorrow with this slightly naughtier milk. But I ain't doing it tonight.
Is that your Shawnee voice?
He eats and mumbles old people food right here, old son. Oh, who you talking to, Shawnee? Because I'm not understanding. How can you insult me if you don't put a name at the end of it? Or you're just throwing it out there to whoever is offended by it? Barry. Must be throwing it at you.
It could be. I don't know.
Oh.
I guess whoever's offended by it first plays claim.
Oh, me. Well, I didn't even get the offense. I mean, I didn't even know that I was.
What I meant.
I don't know.
You know,
I'm not getting it.
You're supposed to be a victim.
I don't know. You know, that's where I can't figure it out whether I would have should be offended or not.
Well, then when in doubt, always be offended.
I can see. Oh, what? Play the tappers, whatever. Yeah, that's my. Yeah, well, I guess Shawnee, that was my Shawnee voice.
Gear reminded me of this channel I found, Paula Billy Blevins, and it just, I'm gonna play you I'm gonna find a good one. I'll play it for you. This couple must be the epitome of marriage, because like they're the poster children of it. You realize too that when you go to someone's YouTube channel that it's best to click on videos, because then it shows you more. But you go on talking. I'll figure this out in a minute. A man's meal.
You got to carry this, Randall. I don't talk too much.
I'm still trying to figure out the Shawnee sarcasm. I'm not getting it.
Play the tapers? What is the tapers?
It's probably a Minnesota thing. You know.
All right, hold on. Janet, who was okay? Who said they would make croutons? All right, how can you make croutons with? Can you make croutons with cornbread?
Yeah.
I guess it's got to be a real thick kind of mix to hold together, though. I would say got to have a lot of egg in it. You know,
would be toasted, wouldn't
it? Somebody said they would make croutons, but I'm wondering with what? Was it with cornbread or with something else? I don't know. I was doing things over here. We're trying to multitask. I can't multitask. Not good at all. Okay, here we go. Make cornbread croutons by cutting leftover or stale cornbread into 1-inch cubes, tossing with olive oil and melted butter, and baking at 350 degrees to 400 for about 15 to 20 minutes until golden brown and crisp, or golden and crisp. That sounds good.
Well, we know she Googled that because there's too many words in there.
I like Janet Potter's too. They're using it to roll your chicken in, bread your chicken with. Cool. Like that.
Wow, our internet must be going to crap over here.
Wow.
I can't.
It's starting to buffer a little bit. Sounds to me like. But anyway.
It's Skynet messing with you.
Probably. Well, I'm going to get my Deborah butt out of here. I got an early morning in the morning, so I'm going to have to catch everybody on the flip side. Before I get any more insults hurled my way, I'm going to get out of here.
Well, all right.
How are you doing, love?
Okay, we'll catch you later. Y'all have a good and see you Homestead and everybody else.
Yeah, it ain't hurt like it did yesterday.
Done what Billy told
I've
you
sit
to
around
do.
that. Yeah.
Don't get in trouble now. Play that video too long.
Can rough me up something to eat when I get home.
Yeah, but no, I don't like that.
I know, but if you ain't able to do it, you ain't able to do it sometimes, baby.
That looks good.
You know what I mean? It sure looks yummy. That's another good man's meal. Supposed to not waste that little piece.
Right. That's called good to the last bite.
That's right.
Don't waste the crumb.
Good to the last bite. You know, soup beans is always better the next day.
I know. And them potato cakes are good too because I added onions.
Yeah.
Dude, I haven't had potato cakes in like forever.
That'll work, my love. Now, see, we had another good meal today. Just had to heat it up, and it's much easier on your back today.
I made the potato cakes the same thing I made.
He ain't got none on his plate yet.
Mm-hmm. That's what I want. Peach cornbread.
There we go. There's the cornbread.
Did I bring you a pot?
I got one, honey.
Okay.
There we go.
Been work, love. Been along.
That stuff looks so good. If you dropped any food, you chase it to the floor.
Yeah, I would. Oh, dude, I'm telling you. That's a good channel to follow just for the comedy and just the fact that you can tell that couple right there has been they've been with each other for a while, and they appreciate each other's company.
There you go. They are very comfortable and enjoying each other's friendship on this earth.
Hey, popcorn.
Let's see if I can cut this. I don't know if it's been sitting here long enough or not. It's been sitting. I know I'm gonna need to get off of this thing too. Let's see. We're gonna go gentle like. See, I made a batch last week that I experimented with and made it with extra cornmeal.
Yeah.
And that made it very crumbly, right? It just fell apart. And this I stuck with the recipe, except I got naughty milk in there, right? Naughty milk, not fully bad milk, just naughty. Yeah, in a rather unseasoned skillet. Yeah. Oh man, it smells so good.
Now, how did you manage to let a cast iron skillet go by without being seasoned?
Well, this is one that I'm in. This is one I bought and on a cheap, and it's a nice old skillet. It's a Wagner, Wagner number what is this, number 8? Yeah, it's a nice big skillet, about 10.5 inches, and I was in the middle of restoring it, right, and stripping off all the old nasty that was on it, and then take it down to the bare metal and then re-season it. Well, I got halfway through it and I went to scrub on it a little bit to help out and got it cleaned up. It was just sitting there so pretty. It's still got a little bit that needs to be cleaned up. Like the what do you call it, intrusive thoughts kicked in. And like, I want to cook in that. I want to cook in that so bad. I'm sitting there holding this beautiful skillet, this beautiful piece of history, and I'm like, I want to cook in it, but it ain't ready. And so I did. I threw some coconut oil in there and put it in the oven, got it hot. I made a batch of brownies, right? And so I made brownies in that unseasoned, halfway. The inside of the skillet was nice and clean and slick, but the outside still needs some work, right?
Yeah.
So it wasn't no big deal there as far as the cooking and what you're eating on and cooking in. The outside still need to work, not the inside. And that little bit of coconut oil and the oil that's in the brownies and everything, I went a little heavy on the oil, but the brownies were good, and it didn't stick, with all that, all the oil and everything. It didn't stick. and the brownies were delicious. And so yeah, the intrusive thoughts got to me, and I had to, you know.
Well, I can't fault you there.
It was good, and I'm gonna take out this here. God, this bowl. This, you know, it's bad when you're so hillbilly. You ain't got no paper plates, but for some reason you do got a bunch of paper bowls, and so you smash them out, right? And that becomes a paper plate. I don't know if anybody knew that or not. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Man, if I can't get one piece of cornbread out tonight that's not damaged, I'm gonna pray with me, Barry. It's almost out here. Oh, woo. Yes. Yes, that's pretty now. We ain't dumping it. We cutting and gingerly taking out some little wedges. Ooh, there we go. Whew. Everybody just on your live streams just coming along with me. With me being not doing my hillbilly filling my gut over here. Oh, it don't look bad, man. Don't look bad at all. Yeah. See, I ain't. Okay, this works. There we go. Don't look too bad.
If I didn't know any better, I would swear that was meatloaf. But I know it's cornbread.
But there's it's breakable. It's still hot and breaky, but that's gonna be good. We'll see.
A man's meal.
Yeah, yeah. Man, don't be sticking close to the potty if I eat too much of this. I can tell you. But that looks good. That looks good, and we're going to put a little butter on there now. So you're gonna make cornbread tomorrow, and some beans. Are you making pinto beans, or what kind of beans you making?
Yeah, I'm making pintos. I found a good deal on Amazon for 3 bags for like $3. So
Holy cow!
I got 2 great big 10 or I think they're 10-pound bags of pintos in there, but that's for hard times. But I bought them 3 for they're practically $1.10, about $1.10 per bag. So I bought 3 bags off Amazon.
Fry them, cook them, eat them, rotate them, all that good stuff.
But I bought the small bags, that I could use right away, and the big ones, they're put back for hard times because
There you go.
I'm sure we're gonna have some.
Just make sure you got them put back the right way, and they'll be there for you. Yep.
Still never made cornbread, Shawnee? What?
No, they make casseroles in Minnesota. They don't make cornbread.
I like split pea soup with ham.
There you go.
Especially some of that smoked ham, not no sliced, not the cold cuts, but a good slab of ham that's been smoked, and have that with that split pea soup.
Yeah. I love sweet peas.
I haven't had split pea soup in like forever. I'm gonna have to change that pretty soon.
Okay.
That and lentils. I haven't had lentils in God, who knows.
I've had lentils once before, and I think they were pretty good.
There are, yeah. There's a certain lentil that you could cook up somehow. I don't know if you cook them or if they eat raw, but you can eat them just like you would peanuts.
Oh,
And they got the crunch and they're really high in protein. And I don't know how it's made. It was one of those nights I couldn't sleep. I was watching stupid videos and random videos or whatever popped up I was watching. And I tried it. I tried a bag. It was a small bag of I don't know how they were made, but they were lentils that they said you just throw these in a salad if you want to.
there you go. I like all kinds of beans, dry beans, and peas. That's good stuff. And I need to get some lentils. There's a lot of grains that I hear people talk about that I haven't tried and want to. Now, when you're talking about growing your own, one of the main ones that people talk about is amaranth. It's like I want to grow amaranth, and there's a lot of work to growing enough amaranth and harvesting and all that kind of stuff to make something. That's why they invented other grains. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like this crap's too small. But I mean, amaranth is tiny, just unbelievably tiny. Yeah, but there's a lot of.
Have you tried any of those soups that are they're in a bag and it's a bunch of different beans? I'm trying to find it in one of my food lists here on Amazon, or not Amazon, but Walmart.
Like the ham and bean or the 13 bean soup or something like that.
Yeah. Comes in a clear bag.
Yeah.
I've had a few of those. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
I can't see myself buying one now because I would have to buy a Ziploc because that's just too much soup for one man to eat.
Mm.
You could feed a small army with that, with those.
Yeah, just divide it up.
That's what I call them, bag soups. Yeah,
just divide it up and take a little now, take a little later.
Yeah, Hearst ham beans, Cajun 15 bean soup. Excuse me. I've had it once before when I was with my first wife, and the kids weren't too crazy about it, but us adults liked it. And it just got everything in there. I wonder if I got a list of what's in there. Sure they do. This product is gluten-free. But the facility is not dedicated gluten-free. Thanks a lot, guys. Okay. Northern beans, pintos, large lima beans, yellow eye bean. Some of these I can't hardly read because their camera sucks. Cut garbanzos, maybe. Lima beans, split peas, kidney, cranberry.
Cranberry beans.
Wow.
It's a red bean. Well, it's like a speckled bean, if I remember right. Like a speckled. It's a speckled bean.
Small white. It just says small white. So, pink bean, small red, yellow split pea, lentil, white kidney, black bean. I cannot I have tried to do stuff with black beans. I just cannot make them tasty. I don't know what my deal is, but
I remember when you were making the burger.
yeah, it just, I don't know. There must be some magic recipe.
Well, from what I've heard with other people that made them, and there's a lot. There's mixed feelings about the black bean burgers. Okay,
Yeah.
so it ain't just you.
Well, I decided a week ago or whatever that, life's too short for a man not to have a little bit of beef in his life, even if the doctor said no. So I figure in very, very big moderation, I can have beef. So I've added it back to my diet because I cannot deny myself the cow.
There you go.
So.
I hope it works out good for you, brother.
Well, I know that it's the fat content that they were worried about because I'm on a low fat, high carb diet. So
yeah,
moderation. That's why they put the fat to meat ratio on the package. Yeah. It's either going to be 60% lean or whatever. I don't know on the package.
Mm-hmm. No, it's
He's grubbing on that cornbread right now.
Man, I'm munching on this stuff, but I gotta tell you, I'm breaking out the spoon. Right? It ain't when I make it with naughty milk.
Yeah.
And plus all the extra ingredients I got in here, it's coming out a little cake, crumbly, not sticking together. So, the first batches I made with that milk was fresh milk. Was fine, But with some butter and a spoon, right here, some good stuff, man.
I've had cornbread the next day as long as I had, like I would have it at what time I would eat breakfast. I would have cornbread with pancake syrup.
Oh yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Or cornbread and milk. Oh man.
I had that for breakfast 2 days ago. I took the last of that crumbly cornbread and put it in a bowl, put some butter on it, and some honey, and I may have added some cayenne to it. Right, I did add cayenne to it, and it already had cayenne in the cornbread, and I knew I'd microwave that. And I'm sitting there eating me some cornbread and honey breakfast. Oh, it was good. Yeah,
yeah.
But it's going to be it's important. It's important for us to, just go back to eating at home, and people are doing it now, out of necessity, we folks need to brush up on their home cooking, and all kinds of other ways to save money. It's gonna be some really tight years we got coming up, really, and it might turn into decades, and we don't know, because in the back of my mind, it's like in the back of so many other people's minds, some of them in the front of their mind, we still got that. I have still got that nagging thing of, That's going to get back to normal. You know, maybe we'll go, another year or two and it'll be kind of tough and then everything will get great again. There's no guarantee of that. And it never has been. And that's one way that we get tricked. And we don't, we ought to be putting in our full effort all the time, but and working and storing up and saving money and enjoying life, doing the things that matter for the fun too.
Well, look at history, and a very, very, very good example is the Great Depression.
Mm-hmm.
That was 10 years long, folks.
Mm-hmm.
1929 to 1933, I think. The stock market crashed, and that was it, and people learned, how to do without a lot of stuff. And we got a lot of recipes now that people take for granted. They don't even realize it was made out of necessity because we didn't have those things, or they didn't have those things. I wasn't alive then, but
That's right.
Cat, you almost went right over the other side of that shelf when you jumped up there.
Trying not to die over here with this cornbread. Sometimes you just forget how to eat, right?
Oh yeah, you forget you actually have to chew that stuff. You can't just inhale it.
Yeah, you can't. You can try. Every time I try to inhale it, it just don't work out good.
Does help to have something to drink.
Yes, it does. Especially when I make biscuits. God, man, I might do that. I might see what Naughty Milk biscuits are like tomorrow, but I ain't doing it tonight. Yeah, it's already, what is it? 11:30. Yeah.
Yeah. 12:30 for me.
Yeah, 12:30 for you. Yeah. I've had a frustrating couple of days with the tree I found here out on my patio, sprung up. All right, now I had a friend of mine give me a baby moringa tree about 6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah.
And I had it, kept it alive and everything for about a year, and it died, or at least thought it did. And I set it down. I set the container it was in, whatever might have even been a cardboard box, and set it off to the side and forgot about it. And I'm out there a couple of days ago looking at this tree, like that tree looked like a moringa tree. I'm like, is that baby moringa tree that I gave up on, and it died, and I gave up, and it just, so I'm sitting there thinking, that's what it is, right? And I'm about 99% now that it's not, right? A miracle did not happen. Okay. So they look a lot like locust trees.
Huh.
And there's several kinds of locust trees. They're probably all in the acacia family. I have no idea, but they all look acacia-ish, right?
Yeah. I've got
And so, most of our native locust trees have thorns on them.
Yeah.
And I'm looking for thorns. I can't see none. And I'm like, okay. I'm going back and forth of trying to identify a moringa tree and identifying all the different species of locust we've got, and I did this for like a day, off and on, I couldn't find no thorns on it. I'm like, here we go. It's that moringa. Nope. There's a species that doesn't have thorns that we've got. That's a native species. It's like a water locust, I think, or swamp locust. Not supposed to have any thorns on it. And I'm like, that's just great. This is just getting hard. It's getting difficult because they look the same. There's different ways that the leaves and the branchlets and everything fork out and everything, and that's important. And I was back to thinking it was the moringa. And I said, all right, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to look this thing over really good, see if I can find any thorns. If it's got thorns, it's gone. And I finally found the tiniest little thorns just every once in a while.
Mm.
And that's what marks one of the species. And and I don't know which one it is, but there's a little tiny thorn. I'm like, okay, that's it. It's a locust tree. It's out of here because it's in my patio. Man, I was heartbroken, man, because I thought that moringa tree was given a miracle,
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. I've got the locusts that produce those white flowers.
Yeah.
After they start to get some leaves on them, they'll get some white flowers, and then the rest they'll fall off, and the rest of the summer they'll just be green. And it's like wherever they drop those flowers is where there's a very good chance they're gonna grow another locust tree.
Oh wow.
So I've got three of them over, three or four. It might even be five over here in the corner by this pond. And I got one right here on the edge of the property where it dips down towards the road.
Yeah.
That I need to cut out because it's already it didn't. So I think it got blight or something.
Yeah.
And I'm not too upset. I'm not too upset about it because the locust trees are, they're a dime a dozen here.
Oh yeah, yeah. Has it got the big thorns on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
good wood.
This one doesn't because it's pretty much dying.
Yeah.
And but now there's a big honking shed between me and getting to work on that, cut that tree down because I don't know, this man irritates the crap out of me. He just does some of the stupidest things.
Yeah.
But that tree needs to be cut down before it falls. Part of it is leaning towards the road, and the rest of it's towards the yard.
Mm-hmm.
And we already had the last storm we had that brought some heavy wind. It had brought one of the branches down. It's a pretty good sized branch, like 10, 15 feet long. And so it's just barely hanging off the trunk, and that needs to be cut off and cut up and moved somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, that tree's coming out. Not a problem. I found my blade was my chain was starting to get dull on my chainsaw, so I finally found my files for the chainsaw.
Yeah.
So I got to charge that up. It's electric, or a battery operated. I got to charge that up, sharpen the blade, go out there and just whittle it down.
Yeah.
It's too far into the property, so the state won't, they won't clear that tree. It's not quite over the road.
Mm-hmm.
But it's far enough into my property where it's my problem. but not a big deal. I mean, it could either just, I think, if anything, it's just going to stay standing there. It won't have any leaves for the longest time until it just starts to rot away. But I'd rather cut it down before it becomes a problem.
Yeah, I've got some small trees that I'm going to have to, I need to cut them down. There's one or two that I may need to just trim the branches on. But there's some I need to cut down because they're growing up under the power and the cable line. You know, and it's got it lifted up. So it's a little roller coaster for the power and the cable line that's going across there. And the guys was out there working on the internet the other day because, you know, I ain't too anxious to get out there and mess with trees and stuff that's in the power lines.
Yeah.
And I asked him if I was to get up in there and cut one of them trees down and it was you know, hooked to a power line or whatever, would that electrocute me? He said, no, it's all grounded and stuff. It's all insulated, you know. So he said I could, you know, do any kind of cut, you know, I wanted to, you know, and I'm just hoping that he's right.
Yeah.
You know, because in my way of thinking, if a tree's touching the power line, growing up onto it and touching the power line, you don't want to mess with it, you know. I mean,
I'd rather have somebody that's trained to do that.
yeah, yeah. It doesn't sound right. I think I need a second opinion, you know.
Excuse me. Well, you might want to talk
There
to
you go. That has some hang time.
you might want to talk to the power company and say, look, you know, I got these trees here. They're already up in the power lines, and you guys have people who are trained to do this. I don't know. It just seems logical to me that after a while, those trees got to rub that insulation off the power lines, and then
Oh man,
you know.
Yeah. See, now you got.
I'm just looking out for your safety, dude. I don't
Yeah,
want.
you got me thinking on that because I was thinking sort of that kind of stuff too. It's like, but what if that insulation is broke or something? Just enough, you know?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I know.
uh, uh,
About 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, they came through here and they cut a whole bunch of trees back. And they had that saw blade on a crane deal.
yeah,
And they didn't have to worry about coming on your property. What they did across the road, because these people had this huge tree that was in their front yard, and the power lines are on their side of the road. So they come out there with that big saw blade on the end of that must have been over 100-foot long boom, and he trimmed it back. And I was like, if I was them, I would have just had the power company just cut. It wasn't the power company, but they were working for the power company. It was, I think it was Aspen. I think it was Aspen or a local tree service, but they wasn't messing around when they brought that blade out on the end of that crane. It wasn't messing around. It made that saw blade sound. It was a bit bigger than your average. You know, wasn't a circular saw.
is that the one I've seen? I've seen the ones that look like 3 or 4 gigantic round saw blades hanging off of a boom, you know, and they just driving down, it just cuts everything. It's real long, you know,
Yeah,
several saw blades.
probably it. I didn't get to see the blade real good, but you could tell by the sound of it.
Yeah.
It was just unmistakable.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a circular saw, but you amplify it about 100 times, and
Mm-hmm.
it just cut through those logs like there were nothing. You don't even have to be, you know, that's the nice thing about it. You don't even have to be anywhere near the tree. I thought I had the video on my channel, but I guess I might have taken it down.
I need Shawnee has put in there that their power company will trim the trees for free when it's in the power lines. But now these trees I'm talking about is in mine, the one that comes from the street to the house, you know.
Yeah.
And they may still do it, but a lot of times in the past I've heard, you know, well, no, if it's going to your house, you know, it's not on. You have to do something about that yourself or whatever. It's like, okay, whatever. But if I die, you lose a customer, you know. You don't want that, do you? Oh,
Well, yeah. But then they can always argue it's okay. We have like, you know, 1 million more customers take your place. So,
that's right. And once I'm gone, there'll be somebody else pop up here. You know? I said, no, bro, we ain't hurting. Go ahead. Knock yourself out.
yeah. Well, while you were gone, you know, since you left the earth, 700 families already had a bunch of kids.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're good. It's okay.
Yeah.
Sorry you're gone, but, you know, we don't need your help anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, we just want, yeah, it'll be all right.
It's amazing. I thought I had that. I was living at the other place on the hill when they were cutting trees down. I thought I still had the videos. It might be on my other hard drive, which if it is, I'm not going up there to get it. But it was definitely something to experience. Just one of those power tools that you think I might be the first person to think about this, and then nope, somebody's already figured it out.
That's right. A flying multi-blade of like death, about 100 foot up in the air, and it's like something that Megatron might be swinging around. Man, all right. I saw something. I may have seen it when I watched the movie a long time ago and just forgot about it. But I saw something today or a couple of days ago that was the end of the Transformer movie, Rise of the Beast, right? The end credits. And I don't know if you've seen that movie, but it showed that the next movie might be a G.I. Joe Transformers crossover.
Well, that might be interesting.
Yeah, if you're a fan of, you know, either or both of those, you know, you can look up Transformers G.I. Joes, and you'll see that clip where they tie it in there, you know, make way for that. And I'm like, oh, that's cool, you know, back in the day action.
Yeah, I grew up watching Transformers mostly.
Yeah.
I never could get into G.I. Joe. I don't know what it was about that cartoon, but I never could really get into it. If I was at a friend's house, I probably watched it, but I always did watch Transformers and Voltron.
Yeah. Did you watch Battle of the Planets?
I might have a little bit. I don't really. It doesn't really stand out though.
Yeah. Battle of the Planets was that's a Japanese anime, and I think that it was first. I think that it was the first anime cartoon that made it here in America, like, big time kind of thing. Something. It I forget what honor it takes in that genre. It is a good show. Oh my gosh. They said they had to tone it down and change things for the American audience. It's like our kids were a little too proper or sheltered or whatever to watch the original version. Of course, the original version was in like Japanese, so they had to change a few things. But they changed storylines and the way the characters were or something, because it was a little too risque for over here.
Wow.
That's the one where they had this spaceship and it turned into the fiery phoenix, when they went into attack or whatever. I guess I'm just rambling now, brother.
Now I'll have to look that up, but yeah.
We done lost all the anchor people, and now you got the occasional comedic guest coming in here.
Oh, well, is that what we're left with?
That's me.
People watching. I could cut it. I could cut it loose at this moment, because it's like preaching to the choir, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. We got Pastor McQuaddy and Shawnee and Janet in here, and that's a good solid crew right there.
Yeah, I'm just glad that they're here. They could be spending their Sunday somewhere else. It might make more sense.
Well, when I show up, that separates the good solid crew from the lightweights, right? It's like, oh, he's up there, he's talking. Oh.
Yeah, I'm not. I've already looked through all these videos off the hard drive. I can't find the saw blade from hell, but yeah, it was interesting.
Well, between now and next time you're live, you got time to find that.
Yeah, unless I have to go up to the other place and get that.
If it is deemed that important,
No, it was probably not. But
yeah,
if I recall, one of the hard drives I think had a broken. Yeah, if I remember correct, the serial port broke on one of them. I might not even be able to retrieve anything off of it.
What kind of hard drive was it?
I don't know. I think it was a terabyte.
Oh, man, you remember before solid state stuff, man? We had, remember the zip drives and the Jazz and Magneto, was it SciQuest, Magneto Optical? Remember that?
Yeah, this just your regular run of the mill hard drive. So it's not a solid state.
Yeah, those were back in the day, man. Spin technology.
Yep, 7,200 RPMs.
That's right. Magneto Optical. I used to have to carry the football. We called it the football, right? We back up everything, put it in a briefcase, and had to carry that home with me every day. Like the nuclear codes.
The nuclear football.
That's right. And had in case something happened, that was SOP. In case something happened at work and whole place burned down, we wouldn't lose all our digital stuff. That's a lot of work. Lots of work. that had to, oh, it would have been so bad. It would have been so bad. All these, Janet's leaving us there.
All
Good
right,
night,
Jane.
Janet.
Good night.
I think we're about to fold it up here anyhow.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here. Oh,
I think I'm gonna call it right there right now. Thanks for
all right,
everybody
man.
who hung out with us. And yeah, well, I can't remember what we talked about because we've been all over the yard. But yeah, have a good night, everybody.
Y'all be good.